What is going on, Wolfpack? How the hell y'all doing? It is I almost said Sunday. I haven't gotten used to doing these Saturday streams quite yet. More consistent, or at least have been for the last couple of years. With the Sunday night stream, however, we're kind of on a hot streak, if you can call 3 in a row a hot streak. That's going to be my headcanon. That's what I'm going with. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it because I need the encouragement. Otherwise, I'll actually forget to do this because I'm traditionally really bad about it. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a streamer. Not much of one, anyway. I like going on other people's channels and having good conversations about whatever the hot topic is of the day. But I also just enjoy hanging out with you guys, and that's really why I started the Saturday solo series streams up again, because, you know, it's fun to yell at each other and wish violence upon each other, such as stepping on a Lego in the dark in the middle of the night on the Mario Kart and Smash Brothers streams, but it's good to just kind of hang out with y'all as well, and that's why we do this. So I just pick a single player game, and I rock with that, and I rock with you guys who rock with me. That's kind of what we're about here. So I appreciate you guys being here. So far we got 26 people. That's pretty not bad. Between the 3 streaming platforms that we're doing this on. This is new. This is new territory for me, okay? So you'll have to forgive me as I work my way through it. Last Sunday was the first time I did the multi-streaming across all 3 platforms. So Twitch, which is traditionally where I stream, YouTube, which is what I typically do nothing with, and X, which I decided to give it a shot, and it worked out pretty well so far. So that's what we're going with. And yeah, 28 people now. So thank you guys for being here. Yeah, I'm in the 3rd chapter, 4th chapter of Xeno. Everything blends together by the time you're in like your 10th or 11th playthrough on something. Promote my YouTube. You're not my real mom. Can't make me. Yeah, you guys should go subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's, let's see here. Is this how it works? I don't know how this works. I think this is how Moobot works. Let's see. We're about to find out. Does this drop the link to my YouTube in the channel, or in the chat? Yes, it does. X going to give it to you. Thanks. Hey, what's up, Punk? Good to see you. Good to see Joe King Lee. Good to see Krista J. What's going on, Krika? We've got Adam. We've got, I know Lawrence is over on the Twitch end. So appreciate you being, or not the Twitch, the Twitter, the Twix, the X, whatever. Can't keep track of all of these things. Can't be bothered to. Oh, Marcos is lurking too. I appreciate you, amigo. Thank you. But yeah, we'll, and we got Matt G as well. Thank you for being here, Matt. Coffee cups, is that cookies or money? I'll take both. I'll gladly take both of those. Yeah. So we're gonna do this. Don't know how long I'm gonna do this for. Usually all depends on how many people are in here and having a good time, just relaxing, hanging out. So we just got, what is that? I should probably switch the screen so I can actually see this crap. Who just followed? Priya 2209. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. And a raid? What's the raid from? Oh, what is going on, Dan? I should not do this. You should, because you know that Final Fantasy 13 is the best Final Fantasy and Godzilla 98 is the best Goji film. That's why. Or at least that's what you claim on the Twitter machine. So you got a raid, even though I skip. I don't skip your stream. I have other things going on in the afternoon on Saturdays. However, I should make time to at least pop through more often. I don't know if you're doing 2-hour streams. I don't know if I'll be able to hang out for the whole thing, but I should be able to pop through. You know what? Now that you do those streams right around the time when I have my lunch ritual, I go out to In-N-Out, which is, well, very, very close to my apartment. Another follower, Conway Pro. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Didn't know he streamed earlier. Yeah, I gotta get back to watching those. I was watching for a while when you were doing the Dragon Ball Z ones. That was, gosh, like a year ago. But yeah, I should I should get back to popping through there for sure. I appreciate the raid. Welcome, raiders. Welcome new viewers. Welcome new followers. Drop a follow if you're not already. I would sincerely appreciate it. And those of you who are part of my community, FTBZ, Dragon Ball's better. Ambish, thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. What was I going to say? For those of you who are part of my community, if you're not already following Danny over on Twitch and over on YouTube, make sure you do that. He is the premier Dragon Ball YouTuber. Do we call it a Dragon Ball tuber? Or do I just call you a ball tuber? Is that how I should do that? But I appreciate you, Danny. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody who's here. Wow, we just jumped up to 101 viewers. That's 3 digits. That's this many. Or this many numbers in a row, not this many in total. That would be more like my normal streams, actually. What's up, Sassy? Good to see you. He is the news. Danny is the news. He's the truth, is what it is. Have you heard the good news? And it's whatever comes out of Danny's mouth regarding Dragon Ball. So I'm a Dragon Ball fan, so I can't count. We also don't know what canon is, right? Right, Danny? That's your favorite word. Danny loves the word canon. I am told. I have it on good authority. That's his favorite word. And you love Godzilla 98. Yes, of course you do. It's Peakzilla. I unironically love that movie. It's not a good Godzilla movie. It's a fun monster flick, though. And that's good enough for me. I just love most Godzilla movies, to be honest. So that's how it is. Everyone's doing stuff at the same time. Yeah, we got Zero here as well. Trying to work up courage to enter the deep nest in Hollow Knight. I know spark all about Hollow Knight, other than it's supposedly a very difficult game, but also a very, very good game. So maybe one of these days I'll check it out. I might actually already have that game. I don't remember if I have it on... Is it Game Pass? I might have it on Game Pass. I don't even know. I can't keep track of everything. Still waiting for... yeah, we're still waiting on Dozer to finish Peakblade 1. Hasn't done that yet. Here he's messing with Hollow Knight and can't finish Xenoblade. Tisk, tisk, tisk. What is... Adam's not roasting me, is he? Adam's not roasting me. Not yet. I'm sure he could start. It wouldn't be that out of pocket or out of the ordinary, that's for darn sure. That's kind of just, I don't know, par for the course around here. My followers roast me, then they frustrate me in Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. It's a great time. It's what friends are for, right? 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 We'll go with that. That's what I'm gonna have to go with, honestly. It's that or I wouldn't have any. Hey, what's up, Dracinius? Good to see you, bud. Hope you are doing well. Gosh, 103 people. How about that? That is way more than I am accustomed to, but I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. You know that guy? You know what guy? Not a bad raid. No, not a half bad raid at all, considering it's, I mean, I don't frequently get... No, okay, that's not entirely true. I get raids from a couple of my friends that stream, but they're not like major streamers or anything. I owe you now. I do owe you now. I'll pop through on your next stream for sure. Another new subscriber, Pila. I'm just gonna call you Pila. That works. I'm not saying the whole name. Not that it's too long. I just don't want to. Queen of Hearts, 1998. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. That sword effect is kind of cool. It's not so... I guess you could kind of consider it a sword effect. Why the hell not? We'll go with that. It's from Persona 5, but it works. To go even further beyond, yeah, Super Saiyan 3, second best transformation in the franchise. Right behind SS4. SSJ4. I'm sorry, Danny. I'm sorry. You know me. Dub over sub. Also intend to stream tonight. Gotta finish Crash 3. Yeah, you gotta do that. There it is. There it is. What do you mean, dub over sub? I'm giving you grief. That's what I'm doing. SS4. So it's not SSJ4? You'll have to explain to me the difference. I don't understand the difference. I've watched Dragon Ball all the way through. I own all of Z. I own all of GT. It's interchangeable? Oh, okay. I thought the SSJ was specifically people who are like subs fans use the J in there as well, Super Saiyan. Because that's typically what I end up saying. That's how I usually... Pila, another one. Oh, no, now you're following over on Twitch as well as subbed on YouTube. Well, thank you. J used to be used on old fan subs. But it's, oh, okay. You see? I don't know what I'm talking about, but you do. See? Chat. This is why you follow Danny when it comes to Dragon Ball stuff. Every now and then he has good opinions about other things too. Sometimes. Catch him on a good day. It's like Frieza and Freezer. Oh, okay, I got you. Used to use SS because I grew up playing DBZ Legacy of Goku. Ooh, that was GBA, right? Legacy of Goku was GBA. If I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Or am I tripping? I didn't play that one, but I do remember the game. I'm trying to think what my first Dragon Ball game was that I played. It was the, I think it was an import on my friend's PS1. I think it was the GT one. Yeah, I think it was an imported copy of the GT game on PS1. Yeah, Final Bout, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Sparking Zero. I'm genuinely looking forward to Sparking Zero. I like fighters. I actually haven't played the Xenoverse games. Or Kakarot. Sue me. It's fine. I have Kakarot on my Xbox. I've just never gotten around to playing it. And I know they added a crap ton of DLC. But at this point, my backlog is... well, about the length of Snake Way, so the likelihood of me getting to it is, well, not particularly high. Final Bout, used to play on the PS1. Tom voices Goku. Tom from Toonami. Yeah. Dude, I miss Tom and Toonami. Did they ever end up bringing that back? Highlighted message from you. Care about you, Krista. It's okay, hold on. 1 second, I gotta find it. I don't think the multi-stream mode, at least the chat feed for multi-stream shows me that. Okay, here, everyone please come back Sunday night, where he plays that miserable game called Marxio Kart, true, and somehow has fun with friends, but not with the game. Also true. These are both true statements. These are both true statements. Dragon Ball gaming experiences. Final Bout, Ultimate Battle, Legends, and Kakarot. I played all of the Budokais. What else? And I unfortunately played Sagas as well back on the GameCube. I wasn't particularly fond of it. How many Xenoblade games have I played though? All of them. I've been playing since Xenogears, actually. Xenogears is one of, if not my favorite, PS1 game. And though I no longer have a PS1 or a PS2, I do still have those games. So I've played the crap out of those. Already have, Danny. I have Xenogears on my PC. I have it on my Switch. I have the Xenosaga trilogy on my PC. If I decide to mod my Switch even further than I already have, I could get a PS2 emulator running on it. However, it's a bit of a pain in the ass because the Switch is underpowered. But I could do that. I just have no reason to because I can play it with 4K resolution and textures on my PC. So I've got those, and then yeah, as you can see, I've got the collector's editions of Definitive Edition and 2 over here. I need to get the collector's edition physical for 3. Still, it's the one I'm missing. Xenogears confused me as a kid. You got to be an adult to get. Yeah, no. Well, one of the reasons why it didn't do super well was because it was way ahead of its time, and it was incredibly ambitious from a storytelling perspective. People were not expecting that. Like it made Final Fantasy look like Child's Play, basically, comparatively in terms of the story. And that's no disrespect to Final Fantasy, because I love Final Fantasy, especially 6, 7, 8, and 9. Budokai 2 is your favorite. That was a good one. Xenogears was the original Final Fantasy VII story. So, yes and no. The story for Xenogears was initially pitched as the story for Final Fantasy VII, and Square Soft at the time was like, yeah, but no. So it was never the original. It was pitched to be the original story for it, but it was turned down. Crazy to think the potential direction that Final Fantasy could have gone if that had been what they went with. Yeah, no, it does fit better as its own thing. It lacks a lot of the hallmarks of the Final Fantasy franchise, which we kind of have come to view as staple things for the franchise. It's not that they couldn't have tweaked some things, but it was way deeper and darker, and dealt with themes that Final Fantasy doesn't typically touch on. So I'm glad that we got what we got, because that means I have multiple franchises that I love. The Xeno franchise is one of my top 3 of the JRPG genre, alongside Persona and Tales. Dragon Quest is better than both. That's personal preference. I love Dragon Quest. I do not put it above any of my top 3 at all. However, Dragon Quest is incredible. I like Chrono Trigger better, that's for sure. I like Chrono Trigger better than that. But Dragon Quest is one of the all-time greats. There's no question about that. I would never... You would never catch me even half dead, or fully dead, arguing that it's not a good franchise, so... It's... chef's kiss. Doesn't hurt that the art direction was by the late, great legend, Akira Toriyama. Also one of the heavy influencers for Chrono Trigger. Just about everything Toriyama touched was just gold. Dragon Quest VII was originally pitched as the sequel. Chrono Trigger 2? Really? That I did not know. That I did not know. Look at Danny. Danny does know things outside of Dragon Ball. Sometimes. It does not shock me that he would know a ton of stuff about Dragon Quest. At all, actually. Now that I think about it, it should just be a given. Oh, yeah. It's your favorite everything? Well, Dragon Quest is pretty darn awesome. I can't really blame you, and I can't knock you for taste there. Even if I disagree in terms of your placement of it, I cannot knock your taste. Fantastic franchise. Fantastic franchise. It kind of set the standard for the genre. You know? And it's a standard that isn't often lived up to these days. There are still great JRPGs that come out. They're just, you know, few and far between. Just kind of sad. It's mostly my favorite genre. Though I recognize there are a lot of subgenres within it. You know, Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest is a must. Yeah. I also like, what is it? Dragon Warrior Monsters was fun too. 80 people watching. Thank you guys. One series I need to get into is Tales. Tales is fantastic. Let me tell you the good news. The Tales of franchise is outstanding. I absolutely love it. I also love Star Ocean, yes. I love Star Ocean. I have not played the latest one, though, yet. It's been sitting on my Steam wish list for, well, how long has it been out now? Like a year and a half or something like that? It's been just sitting there on my wish list. I'm like, it keeps going on sale periodically. I'll grab it the next time it goes on sale. And then I see it on sale, and I'll be like, I'll grab it the next time. I just don't get around to it. I also just don't have the time. It's so difficult for me to like have the time to dive into a new JRPG, especially if it's a franchise that I know I love. Like, I haven't had the chance to finish Persona 3 Reload because I just have not had the time. I want to. I need to finish freaking Shin Megami Tensei Vengeance, or 5 Vengeance, as well. I've got to finish... What else do I need to finish? I need to finish a lot of things. I've seen Dragon Quest characters. No idea the late Sensei. Because I'm never really a gamer. Thought someone was copying Sensei Akira. No. Yes, Adam, I also need to finish Jedi Survivor and Sonic Frontiers. I'm aware. Not to mention Final Fantasy 16. Comes out 2 days after my birthday. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop comes out 4 days before my birthday. And Sonic X Shadow Generations comes out like a month after my birthday. I don't know where I'm going to have all this time. I'm going to have to, like, catch cancer temporarily or something like that. You know? That's the joke Mav always makes. But I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to understand. You have a ton of Mega Man. Yeah, but the Mega Man games aren't long, dude. Like, those are not long games. Like, it is not the same thing. These are not the same picture. Like, it's one thing to have a JRPG to beat that's like usually a minimum of 80 hours. And then the entire Mega Man X franchise wouldn't take you that long to beat. Unless you're just bad at the game. I suppose that's a distinct possibility. But, like, honestly, you wouldn't even need that much time to get through, I don't know, at least the first few Battle Network games as well, because those aren't even particularly long. And those are longer than the more classic and X games. And the Zero games as well, honestly. Like, the side-scrolling, the platformers, like, those are not long games at all. Like, you can fly through those. And considering, Adam, how quickly you burn through games, I don't really think you have an excuse. Must be nice to have all that free time. 93 people watching. Thank you, guys. We're just kind of hanging out at the moment. I haven't even started the damn game. But that's fine, because I'm enjoying hanging out with y'all, and that's kind of the main reason why I'm doing this. The game is like the sideshow. It's like the secondary thing. Yeah, I know. A friend tells me to play Mega Man X6. You've never played Mega Man? Yeah, Ace, I can see the YouTube chat, I can see the Twitch chat, and I can see anybody that's in the chat over on X as well. Though that's not usually as poppin' and hoppin' with activity, but that's fine. People got other things to do with their lives, you know. I'm trying to think what other JRPGs I have that I need to finish. I'm in the middle of replays on some. Oh, I need to finish the DLC for Tales of Arise. Dang it. I need to do that. Tales of Arise was fantastic. And I'm also in the middle of a replay on Tales of Symphonia on Steam. And I'm on a New Game Plus replay of the game of Tales of Vesperia, also on Steam. Do I keep in touch with Eric July? You could say so. Yeah, you could say that. you might say that. Have an awesome stream. Hey, thank you, Sega Herman. I appreciate you, man. Or ma'am. Wouldn't want to misgender you. But thank you for popping through. Genuinely appreciate that. Yes, I do keep in touch with Eric July, seeing as he is my boss. So I'm in touch with Eric daily. Weekends included. So, yeah. Eric's fantastic. Awesome boss. Best boss I've had. What's my YouTube? Caffeinated Wolf. You don't know what goes on? No, no worries. No big deal at all. It's an internally funny thing to me to hear that question. Because I feel like that's what I'm most at this point known for. You know, because I'm just a schmo. You know, I'm just some schmuck that appears on the High Council on Tuesday nights weekly, and then I do my with an E at the end. In fact, you know, hold on. I'll drop the. Where's the stupid thing? Hold on. Let me know if you find it. Otherwise, I can bring it up here in 1 second. View my channel. There we go. This is how this works. I know what I'm doing. There. I just dropped it in the X chat, the Twitter chat. Whatever it is. I don't need this up at all. So I'm just gonna close it. Time for third best Xenoblade game. Wow. That's a weird way to spell first best. But, you know, it's fine. It's okay to be wrong, Adam. Xenoblade 3 is the best one, says Pila. That's a take. That's an opinion. That is an opinion indeed. Dozer says Xenoblade 1 is the best, and he hasn't beaten literally any of them. Par for the course there. Never seen him do that before. Tell you what, Dozer, how about you beat one of them? Much less, like, beat all of them. That can be done. Well, then do it! Frickin' do it! Do it! Do it now! What's the frickin' holdup, man? Just frickin' do it. I'm legit at the door of the point of no return right now. Then beat him. When I was following him, I had no idea he had his own company of indie comics. When I saw him, I thought he was doing the drawing and writing himself. Well, he's doing the writing for some of the books, along with you guys. Actually, I still love his other videos when it's not about politics. Hey, fair enough. I do as well. I actually found Eric originally because of his comic book content when he was doing reviews on books. Hey, thank you for the sub, Lawrence. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I found him from that. Stuck around because I enjoyed the rest of his commentary. If he was talking about sports, like, I would sit there and listen, but, you know, I'm not really a sports guy. Not the type of sports that he was following, anyway. And I followed his politics stuff as well. But I was mainly there for the comic book content. That's what brought me there. So, yeah. Does reviewer mode count? I have no idea what that means. Can you translate that? Do you have subtitles? Closed captioning? What does that mean? What's reviewer mode? I don't know what that is. I'm not a YouTuber. Found Eric from the Blaze, which led me to G&G and Nerdrotic. Yeah, there's kind of a cyclical thing. A lot of people can be connected back to each other, which is cool. Yeah. Alrighty. I need to go to the inn. Right? I think that's what I'm doing. Yep, that's what I thought. Beating a game. Reviewer mode count? Oh, reviewer. I got you. No. No, you mean journo mode. No, that doesn't count. It doesn't count as gaming. That's watching. Is what that is. Yeah, I have played. So for those who are newly following the channel, I appreciate you. Welcome in. This is not my first time playing through this game. It's not my second nor my third. Neither 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th. I'm somewhere between 10 and 11 playthroughs total. Not on this exact profile, but just in general. I've played this game a lot. It's one of my favorite games of all time. So even though the vast majority of the fan base, it's their least favorite of the trilogy, fair enough, they can be wrong. They've got some good reasons, and some stupid reasons. Hope so after 1,000 hours. You forget, that is strictly on just, I'm gonna turn down the volume just a little bit. You guys let me know if it's still audible for you guys, because I don't want to have to yell to talk over the game. I just realized I've probably been doing that this whole time, and I'm normally a little more soft-spoken than that. Unless you get me going about something dumb on High Council, then I'm a little more boisterous. Obnoxious is a word you could probably use too. It's fine. It's fair. I wouldn't knock you for it. 103 people watching. Hot diggity dog. Thank you guys. Y'all are awesome. Yeah. Oh, that was a notification of Lawrence subscribing to my YouTube. Well, thank you. I might have. So before I actually get into doing the friggin' game, I might have an announcement coming up soon about an additional stream during the week. I might. Very soon. I've got to confirm with my council. But there's something that's been in the works for a little bit, a hot minute, and we finna get the thing going. I'm excited for it too. This can be fun. Be a real fun time. Always struggled to truly pick my favorite Xenoblade game. Might have to do another 100% run of the Cloud Saga to figure it out. A podcast? Yeah. You some mightn't be saying that. Perhaps. Me and Jeff? No. Though Jeff and... Okay, so Jeff and I actually... That's not entirely true. Jeff and I have discussed doing other things. We just haven't, like, worked out the minutia of it and, like, really dialed in. Like, hey, we're going to actually do this thing. What's it going to look like and all that. But we have talked about wanting to do other things. It's just one of those things where, like, we're both super busy. So there's only so much free time any one individual has. And most people would like to have some free time to themselves that they're not dedicating to streaming or video creation. Speaking of which, I need to get you on my podcast when you can. Yeah, for sure. I will be making a lot more appearances on other people's channels in the near future. In fact, is it this Thursday or Wednesday? Hold on, I gotta double check because I don't know when I am. I am appearing on a stream this... Is it Wednesday or Thursday? What the heck one is it? No, that's not it. Thursday. So I'm going to be on Dames and Dorks as a guest appearance. And that's on... What's her... Is it Nomi? Nomi Without You is the name of the channel, I think. I want to say that's correct. Yeah, I'd have to double check. I'm pretty sure that's correct, actually. But yeah, I'll be dropping a link both in my Discord and on the socials and all of that, regarding that stream appearance. once there's a link up for it. So, yeah, look forward to that. I have no idea what the topic's going to be. I don't know what we're talking about. It's probably going to change middle of the week because stuff always happens. And, you know, is what it is. We wrote the punches. We wing it. We wing it around here. Fly by the seat of our pants. So, yeah. Well, Corey, then you are perfectly free to not show up. That is your right as an American. No one can strong-arm you into watching a channel you have no interest in. Cheers. Thanks to one of Eric's videos, I never thought about business schools since you mentioned about how other comic book videos don't talk about the business side of comics, which I found interesting. Yes, this is true. I've gained quite a bit of insight into the comic book industry in recent years. Not just because of Eric's videos, but also working as the creative manager and lead editor over the Rippaverse. There are a lot of things on the back end that I've learned and picked up on that are handy tools to have, and it also makes you look at the industry at large in kind of a different light. It puts different lenses on, you know? Because it's one thing to just look at the industry through the eyes of your typical consumer, and I don't mean that in the consumer pejorative term. I mean the literal definition. You're a consumer. You're suppliers and consumers, or producers, consumers. The people who purchase things and actually consume them. It's one thing to look at it from that perspective. It's another thing to look at it from that perspective and then adding on additional information. Each time, if you're somebody who's open-minded to information, you're always tweaking your way of thinking based on all of the information you have available to you. So as humans, we make decisions based on the information that we have. Sometimes that information is rooted in fact. Sometimes that information is rooted in emotion. It's just how things are. So, you probably have, Corey. I don't remember. But that is okay. Nothing wrong with that. Am I going to be leaving? I didn't even realize that. Am I going to be leaving streams up on my channel? Is that a thing? Huh. Nope. Doesn't look like I have them saved. I'll have to figure that out another time. Because ain't nobody got time for that right now. But yeah, that's where I'll be on Thursday. I think it starts at 7 p.m.? I think? I don't know. It's not that I didn't pay attention, it's just that I forgot. Yeah, 7 p.m., I think, Central to 9 p.m. Something like that. Yeah, hope you guys show up to that. I'm sure it'll be a good time. I was told I can have wine, so we'll make sure it's a good time. Rest here? Sure, I guess, because I have to advance the story. It's fine.
It's just one blast from the past after another today.
Go.
You probably guessed, but we're not here.
Hope everybody's having a really great weekend so far. That's why I don't argue with Danny about anything, how he hates the dub. Like I said, just being open-minded to see other side of things. Yeah, no, and Danny has legitimate gripes with the dubs. You know, they'll alter dialogue and things like that. Mispronounce things, all sorts of stuff, and that's all completely valid. I just can't hear any other voices, is how it is for me, because I grew up with the English dub, so that's what I typically end up going with. It's hard for me to watch subs, and especially if it's of something that I've already seen before and started with the dub. I just can't do it. So I understand where he's coming from. I just can't hear other voices. I can't do it.
You know, friend, I'm not as
That, and if I'm rewatching something, a lot of times on a secondary or tertiary run through of it, I'll be multitasking, so I want to at least still hear what's going on, and since I've seen it once before all the way through, I can more or less put things together in terms of what's going on in my head, and still see it up here, even if I'm doing other things, cleaning, cooking, whatever, working. But I can't do that with a sub, right? I have to pay attention and read. I do enough reading. A heavy percentage of my job.
Huh. What's that?
That as well, Adam. A lot of people don't care for doing that.
You heard everything we said.
That is also entirely valid. However, there's really not much of an argument against the matter of them changing names, altering dialogue, missing the mark on, like, this wasn't what they were trying to say, type of thing.
We can help.
So there's a balance to be found there,
If you can help us.
and the best dubs adhere to that as closely as possible.
For your grandfather?
Which is an easy thing to do, actually. Localizers that are good at their job have a very difficult job. Again, if they are good at it. Because they're having to maintain the spirit and the tone of the thing they're translating, but also keeping in mind that
You can't come here.
some of the things are from another culture,
Charming.
and that can
You're making the rules.
sometimes not land,
You didn't
or
come
make
here to talk
sense
about the old
to the
days,
audience.
did you?
and that can disrupt the flow of the story.
We've snatched Menoth's little brat. Meet me at the place of your awakening. You remember it, right?
So I have immense respect for localizers who are good at their jobs, because it's a very narrow line to walk in order to maintain the integrity of the original thing while also making it digestible and actually something that people can understand,
I guess.
you know, when you're talking about completely different cultures. Because some things just don't have a one-to-one equivalent. Some things don't have a translation that is a one-to-one.
Iona, she's gone. It
Some concepts
must
are
have
just
been them.
specific
Who's them?
to one culture.
After you went, Malos and some other guy paid me a visit.
Malos was here.
Who was the other guy?
First, don't really care what language it's spoken.
Catch his name.
I'm curious about all the languages. I do understand the lore. They change, disrespect the culture.
What would you
They
want
change
me
everything, though, so I'm used to that.
Wait, Nia. Where's Pyra?
She wasn't
Everybody
here
has
when
a
I
different,
woke up.
different line
No one's seen her.
that they're okay or not okay
Maybe
with having
she
crossed.
realized what was going on with Iona.
Well, knowing those two, it's not unthinkable.
That girl, trying to save her on her own.
Where's she gone? Didn't she leave a note?
No, I'd have noticed.
I know where. I think it could be Olethro ruins.
Mithra ruins.
Alethra,
Where
indeed.
Adam led his army of resistance from 500 years ago.
That's a long
It's the
time.
place where the Aegis woke up too. It must be that Malos is trying to lure her down there. I'm sure of it.
Cole.
Oh, I
tell
also
her
need to get the
there.
art book for
It's at the top of the great stairway.
Xenoblade 3. Don't I have that in my cart?
Fella,
on.
take care of this old man for us.
I might actually already have that in my cart.
Let's move. If we go now, maybe we can catch up to her.
Hold on. I think I already have that one in my cart somewhere on something. Party formations changed. No. That's okay. That okay. Let's go find her. Let's go find Pyra. Oh, wait, Pyra's right here. I guess canonically that doesn't make sense, so we'll do Cosmos instead. Yes, New Game Plus. New Game Plus, 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 plus. At least plus. few pluses there. I gotta remember which website it was that I actually had that art book added into my cart on, because I need it and I keep forgetting to do it. Just a few? Yeah, you know, one or two. It's whatever. I have a few hours in the game. We may think different on certain things. I think we all need to get along. I mean, that's ideal. That's for sure. That's why I don't go around picking fights with people.
Congratulations.
And I'm mature enough that I can ignore most things as well. I think back, I do miss the dub, only because I couldn't get a chance to find all the DVDs in my life. Unfortunately for me, being in the black film and being poor, my life wasn't always sad and depressing like it is now. Ah, I see. Yeah, I have the, I don't remember what the box set, the specific box set is called. I know that Danny's not a fan of it. It's the orange boxes for DBZ and green for
None of your concern.
green for
I
GT,
am who I am. Where's Iona?
if I remember correctly.
Akos is the meanest son of a bitch I know.
I think that sounds right.
Son of a bitch!
It's rude.
I still think we should have sent them a finger or something.
Wow.
But you know best.
You know
Just
what
a
we're
finger.
after, don't you?
Jen. Is he on your side too?
I exist for his benefit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really?
Let's end this.
Yeah. Do the thing.
Riggs! I'm okay. But Pyra's fighting alone. She's close though. Really close.
Well, well. I see I'm not the only son of a bitch.
Still defiant.
That's
I
rude.
see. Just give it up, girl. Think you can do it alone? Handle that power?
I won't use that power, and I won't let you use it either!
You seem to be doing nicely without your driver.
It's like you don't know who you're dealing with.
There we go. Okay,
You
yeah, I'll
can't
have to
beat
order
me
that
like
today.
that.
But maybe I can.
Yeah, get him.
The kid?
Get his ass.
Rex! Everyone!
Van Damme, take Iona.
Gotcha.
We'll take care of these guys.
Well, it's come to this. Huh. Needs must. Abrona, do them in.
Thought you'd never ask!
Do them in. Yeah, see, that's not how this is gonna go because I'm over leveled as all Spark. So this is not gonna take long at all. This is going to be very, very short battle. Because though there is an option to like drop your level down, I didn't do it. Why would I bother? I don't need to. Oh, my food was delivered. That's good. Oh no, that went fast.
I must admit, I've enjoyed playing my part in this hackneyed tale, but
Time for the final act?
Huh? You're bluffing!
No! Rex!
What?
you see, blades draw their power from atmospheric ether energy. They send their power to the crystal where it manifests. But what if we were to interrupt the flow?
Shit! Don't look good!
Damn! The power's draining out of my weapons!
It's no good. I can't transfer power, my lady.
Master pun! Poppy feels funny!
Ruh-roh.
Why won't you guys leave Pyra alone?
Isn't it obvious?
Because they're jerks.
We want the power of the Aegis for ourselves. It's Jin's desire to erase all of humankind from the world.
Well, that's kind of rude.
Did Jim seriously say that? Erase all of humankind?
My. Surely you knew better than anyone. You know what humans are.
Let's see.
Nia!
When I wanted to get them, that's when they changed it instead of the original Funimation dubs ones.
You've seen the capital.
Oh, I see, yeah.
You've seen the ships, weapons, soldiers, all poised to invade Morardain. Doesn't it make you want to laugh? Every corner of the world is defiled by such a vermin.
Wow.
But
That's
that's
a rude
nothing
description.
new. They haven't changed a bit in 500 years. No wonder Father abandoned them.
No, the only thing that hasn't changed is you. Father didn't want us to wipe out innocent life.
Tell him about it, Pyra.
Why did he make us then? Get real. That's what we're for, to descend on the world and eliminate these pests.
You got some stuff going on deep inside your soul, Malos. You need to work out.
Is that power coming from his blades?
Playtime's over. Let's end it. Agros?
Agreed.
Oof. Lit up.
How very noble.
Bastards! Over here!
Nia! Tora!
Everybody just gets lit up in this scene.
It's no good!
Rex!
Hitting girls isn't as much fun.
Malos, you're the icon of chivalry.
Truly. Truly the icon of chivalry.
Malos.
You're not getting her!
An attack from the outside?
Van Damme!
Ah, the lunk is back. But that pea shooter won't help you, even if you.
Yeah, I do the same thing on basically all of my New Game Plus runs, Adam.
Bloody idiot!
I did it on my most recent 100% run on Definitive, Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade 3. I do it on all of
You
them.
ready, Rex? Another lesson for ya! Something else you could do with a blade!
What? Bastard!
He's channeling the energy from his weapon through his body.
Yep.
Nothing you could do to stop this ether flow.
Van Damme was the man.
Nothing at all.
I liked Van Damme. Hmm. Ain't nobody got time to run through the whole game again at level 1. Yeah, it's not like I'm playing through it again for the challenge. I already did that. I did my restart from freaking level 1 on Bringer of Chaos. Been there, done that, don't need to do it again.
Don't go dying on me here. You gotta make it. You gotta get away from here now. Live. Live for her. You gotta make it to Elysium.
I won't allow it. Give it up!
Just go, Rex. Remember to fight
Your
war.
war.
Van Damme!
Oh, please. What a cliche.
Yeah!
Rex?
Ah! You're gonna pay for this, for Van Damme!
No. You have to go.
You're a pain in the ass, little shit!
Ah! I can't do it.
Rex. Rex.
Can't let you do this.
So long, kid!
Let's go, girl.
What?
Atta girl.
Pyra,
Nope.
what is this?
You can't rewrite the act now. It's too late.
Nope.
Hey, idiots, look out!
Huh?
Yup. Mithra ain't playing around. Just had enough of y'all's bullshit already.
MYTHRA? Pyra, you're...
I am not Pyra.
Huh?
I am MYTHRA. Pyra, she's a different self that I constructed.
A different self?
No time for that.
Oh,
Another time, Rex.
Focus. You need to focus, or I can't transfer my power to you.
No, it can't be. My powers are useless?
Mm-hmm.
Where is that energy coming from?
Oh yeah, Counterattack is a fantastic song.
From the ether, it's something else.
Not ether?
MYTHRA, looking good. Things are heating up.
Let's do it.
Foresight time, baby.
what is this?
It's called.
Who's your favorite character in Xenoblade?
I don't-
Andrew. Mine's definitely Pyra Mithra.
Prediction of what will happen in the
Best character in the whole Xeno series. I mean, as far as protagonists, my favorite's Rex.
encounter.
I get it.
The Aegis is up there. For sure.
How did he dodge that?
Who cares how? Just get them!
Piece of cake.
You little... There's no way. There's no way to break their link. I don't think we're gonna beat them.
This is it. The true
Oh yeah, they take every opportunity to use this tune. No question about it. Yeah, Xenoblade 3 does the same thing.
MYTHRA, welcome back.
Okay, time to take
I no longer live in fear.
Malos, you're about to have a really bad day. Bye. Rex has always been overhated in your book. I mean, I think a lot of people's issues with Rex stem from the inconsistent voice acting work in this one, which is unfortunate. But my love for Pyra slash MYTHRA slash Numa will be on full display by late Q4 or early Q1. As I have a few figures on the way.
I don't.
We gotta retreat. Akos!
Bruna.
No time
I would
for
be
that,
hard
Akos.
pressed to find someone who loves this cast more than me. Or has put as much time into it.
Vandam.
He's clocked out, Rex. As is Pyra. So he does a good job with the sad VA work emotions, but not the angry ones. His angry moments come off flat, unfortunately. Just a stab wound, he'll be fine. Wasn't a lightsaber that did it. Well, correct. It wasn't a lightsaber, and he wasn't female. So, you know, he's not gonna make it, Adam. He doesn't have the option. Heroic sacrifice is so common. I mean, I guess, yeah. But there's nothing really wrong with that. It's not something I would actually count as a negative against it. Heroic sacrifice is used commonly because it works well when it's done with characters that people have an attachment to. You know, it doesn't matter if it's used often as long as it's used well.
The body may die,
It's a storytelling mechanism.
never the soul, which is merely passed on.
It's when they do it with characters that
Onward,
nobody actually cares about
forever
that it's a waste.
part of the great ether stream.
Why
friends make
Like Rose Tico in The Last Jedi.
not take
Nobody cared.
home to village?
There were plenty of dry eyes in that theater.
Want to be buried where either. It is traditional amongst mercenaries.
But you do it with a character that people genuinely like. Or New 52 Superman.
So sorry, Father.
Yeah, that too.
If only I hadn't
That
listened
too.
to those
I own this
kids,
book,
Dobby. I'm sorry.
hardcover, because it is cover to cover,
So sorry.
just like with All-Star Batman and Robin. Also a bad book, story-wise. Cover to cover Jim Lee art.
Fault.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
No matter
Story,
what,
meh.
those guys would have tracked us down eventually.
Meh,
What
at
matters
best.
Is that Vandam saved all our
It's a pretty book,
lives.
though. Give it that.
No. Let's just be grateful to him for that.
Wouldn't know Star Wars, never got into it. Fair enough. It's not for everybody. Just like with anything.
I won't forget your words, Vandam. Ever.
Any geek thing can be for anyone, however, it is not for everyone.
With Pyra. Pyra?
And there's a distinct difference between those two. Am I at the end already? Oh, heck no. No, I just started chapter 4. There's a few minutes to go. Yeah, still a ways to go.
Are you alright?
Yes.
Good. I was worried that you might not. Wake up.
113 people watching. I don't know what y'all are doing, but I appreciate you being here. But it's got to be for everyone. Don't be a bigot.
You called yourself MYTHRA?
That's for anyone, not everyone. Definitely a difference. I understood the sarcasm, Lawrence. Thank you.
I'd like to hear
Appreciate
that
you,
too.
brother.
That power, it wasn't normal.
No, it was not normal.
Is that the true power of the Aegis?
No.
I think you owe us an explanation. It was pretty crazy.
All right, slow your roll there, Nia.
Pyro was super strong. Why so strong, huh?
No, don't pressure the girl.
Well, the thing is, I mean,
Over here looking at emulators. Nice. For what?
Pyra?
Uh-oh.
Why?
She mad. Crap, she mad.
why did you wake me up?
Huh? What?
I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to come back. I left everything to her so I'd never have to use that power again.
Sky Bennett was a great voice actress in this.
Woke you up?
If you hadn't been so useless, none of this would have happened.
That's rude.
I wouldn't have had to
Even
use
if-
this power.
Not untrue.
Didn't you listen to that Van Damme guy? He told you to hold back. He told you to run. But you just had to push yourself, idiot. Look where it's got us now.
You!
You really messed up.
You don't have to tell me that. I know, alright. I knew I was being an idiot.
Rex.
But I couldn't hand you over to them. I wanted to keep you safe.
What?
Slap her. Should have to turn around first.
At any rate, if you've got questions, you can ask her.
Mm.
I'm out of here. Bye.
Mithra, that's rude. Oh, that's not fair.
That's not fair.
Oh, sorry. It's almost like I played this before.
I'm very sorry about all that. Malos and I are Aegises.
Mm-hmm.
Blades born with a terrible power, strong enough to destroy the world.
Oh my gosh.
Malos is...
I have not made
Another
a
Aegis.
single dent in this stack of comics that I need to read. This is 2 weeks worth.
There was a man who climbed a world tree, hoping to
I
make it to
don't squat with
Elysium
him yet.
and meet his creator.
Son of a gun.
When he arrived at
More
Elysium,
PS2 games.
he
Okay.
found it empty.
Right on.
So instead, as proof that he had
Nice.
reached that divine realm,
Reminds me of Launch
he
from
brought
Dragon
back
Ball.
2
That's...
core crystals, Malos,
It's not 1-to-1, but I do see what you're saying.
and once he made it back to all rest, he awakened Malos. Why he did it, I can't say. For greed, for power, or perhaps when Malos awakened, he wielded his world-shaking power without restraint.
About to get Xbox. Nice. That's super. Honestly, the Xbox console itself, like the OG Xbox,
Never known anything else.
was an emulating machine. You could easily mod the crap out of that thing to have all current and past hardware on it. It was pretty nuts, honestly.
Malos's rampage.
I didn't do it to mine, but I had a friend who did it, and it was like he had every console on it up to that point.
I fought with all my
It was pretty wild.
and succeeded in defeating Malos. Not without a price.
It's a Gundam!
Great titans fell in the struggle.
Honestly,
After the battle,
it looks cooler than
I
even
sealed
most
myself
Gundams.
away to ensure that power would never be unleashed again.
That reminds me, I need to
I
get the
took
Siren
the
model
fancy
kit.
map and fell into a long
Yeah, you could software mod it as well. Yep. It was ridiculously easy. Like, it had no business being that easy
That was 500
to mod
years
the
ago.
absolute crap out of.
The Aegis War.
Mm-hmm.
The man who awakened MYTHRA was Adam, hero of the lost kingdom of Torna. Adam fought as MYTHRA's driver to protect the world from Malos. We Titans played our part in that battle too. It is our calling to live alongside humanity after all.
Gramps?
Adam hid Pyra's sleeping body inside a great ship and sunk her to the Cloud Sea's floor where none could abuse her power.
So that day, that's the ship that we... That's how Pyra and
I believe it was fate that we met each other. Otherwise, my sister would never have woken up.
You call her your sister?
Because it's far less complicated than the truth for your 15-year-old brain, Rex.
In that dream of Elysium where you met me. We promised that. When we were awakened again,
The truth is far more complicated than that, and you ain't ready for
the
it.
real Elysium.
Nor would you be able to grasp it. Or if you're a fan of Avatar The Last Airbender, yeah, I've seen it.
Fulfill our real purpose.
Reminds me of Aang's past lives. You mean the Avatar cycle?
Defeating Malos again?
Yeah. You were, I think, close to the first time. But I do see what you're getting at. I do see what you're getting at.
I'm very sorry about MYTHRA. She didn't mean all that.
I mean, she kind of
You
did.
have to understand
She's a little
that
rude.
She came out because she wanted
Or
to
as
protect
Mary
She
nicknamed her
broke
spiteful
own seal
boobs.
for you.
That's Mary's nickname
And
for
used her
MYTHRA.
power as the Aegis. The flame powers I use are just a shadow of her strength.
Not rude, she's just
Droplets
feisty.
of
See,
excess
you get it.
energy trickling through the seal.
I get it.
Don't worry about it.
I got love for MYTHRA.
She was right. This was all my fault. I'm just glad... that you finally managed to open up a little. Also, thank you for protecting everyone, I mean.
Protecting me?
Your powers are incredible. I could feel the truth behind the legends.
I'm sorry.
You apologize a lot. You know that? I guess...
Hey, dial it back a little bit there, Pyra.
About the Aegis's power.
All right, relax, girl. Relax, waifu number 1.
Don't want you to have to apologize anymore.
To be clear, that's not
I hope I can
ranking order, that's just listing.
No. I know I can.
Rex,
Power depends on the heart of its wielder.
Bingo.
That's what Vandam said. That's why your power is the power to protect. The power to keep everyone safe and smiling. I want to do the same. I'm gonna be the kind of driver who can protect you in turn. I promise. Make a girl cry?
That's not gonna fly. Make a girl smile? You pass the trial.
That's the third rule of the Salvager Code. Yeah?
Hell yeah.
Rex! Can you help Tora with repairing of Poppy, please?
Okay, I'll be right there. Oh, yeah. What's for dinner tonight?
how does meatball pot ofa sound?
That sounds really good. I don't know what I'm making tonight. I have no clue. Actually, no. I'm making it's some creamy Alfredo and mushroom. I think I've got some Italian sausage that I'm using.
What keeps us all going.
I think that's what I'm making.
Remind you
Or I'll be lazy and I'll just reheat leftovers from last night. That is entirely possible that I'll do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I respect the leftovers. Why? Because the great thing about leftovers is that it's food that requires less work and you already know it's good. Otherwise, you would have tossed it.
What's this?
Take it and go to Indal. That
Nashiru.
dagger's owner will tell you how you can get to Elysium.
Is this some kind of medieval fantasy anime type game?
Who's
Medieval might not be entirely accurate, so
My driver.
Your driver?
it's in the similar genre or setting situation as something like Final Fantasy VII, where it's a mix of medieval and industrial,
Yes. His real
depending on
name
what
is
country you're in.
Blades not get old, though. Why Cole look so old?
Because I'm one of the cursed ones. A flesh eater.
Indeed.
Flesh eater?
A blade who has been fused with human cells. A long time ago, before the war, some sought to test the limits of Blade's potential. I am a product of their experiments. One of the unlucky ones who was
More
tainted
science
by
fiction than
their
medieval.
folly.
I mean, there's a little bit of everything,
Why would
honestly.
ancient people do that?
Because it's not high sci-fi either.
Combining blade and human, it is sometimes possible to create blades with extremely unique powers.
So I don't know if science fiction is entirely accurate either.
Most experiments were failures. And I
It's kind of an amalgamation.
I gained nothing at all.
Now, Xenosaga
Lost my immortality to
and Xenogears were far more
last much longer.
sci-fi than anything.
Before I go, I want to see where your path ends. That dagger will aid you. Will you do this for me?
I suppose.
Of course. Oh, but can I ask you to do something too?
Namely,
I was wondering if you could write a play about Vandam.
about Vandam?
Yeah, I think his story could inspire a lot of people. Once I find Elysium, I'll come see you again. Show it to me then?
An interesting notion. Perhaps that is the least I can do. Very well. I'll do it. So see you make it back here in one piece. Understand?
Do my best, old man. I'll do
Absolutely.
my best.
You have my word.
I love this game so much. It's the cast. The story, all of it. There's some inconsistency with the voice acting work, for sure. Mostly, unfortunately, on my favorite protagonist in the franchise, with Rex. Al Weaver did a really great job in some parts, and then there are a handful of parts where he just really missed the mark. And I don't think it was so much phoning it in as it was either a voice acting direction, or he just doesn't have the range to pull off certain emotions as well as he needed to. And that's one of the big knocks on this game from a creative standpoint, at least. There are mechanical knocks on this entry that are entirely valid. The tutorial system is non-existent. The game does a really bad job of explaining things, and an even worse job of giving you access to that information afterwards, in case you need to reference it again. Okay. People had issues with the gacha mechanic that's in it, which I suppose is fair. There are certain blades you could go 100, 200 hours in this game and not pull certain blades, which sucks. Which really sucks. %ing this game is far harder than others, because there are things that are locked to New Game Plus. There are blades you can't get without going into New Game Plus. There are skills you can't get until you do New Game Plus. It's a good time. Doesn't bother me because I've already done it. He's level 99. He'll be fine aside from scripted moments. What am I missing part of the conversation here? Oh, you were probably responding to part of the conversation actually happening in the game. I got you. Never mind. I can read. It's not like it's literally part of my job to be able to read. Ignore me. Hope Eric's not watching and realizes his lead editor and creative manager can't read. It's a joke. I can read. I take great pride in the work that I've done as lead editor and creative manager over at the Rippaverse. Okay, current objective. What are we doing? Garfont. We're going Garfont. Okay. It's a quick hop, skip, and a jump.
So, shall we?
The music in Garfont Village is really good. Really relaxing. Kind of exudes peace. Sup, you? You keep forgetting about the new Zelda coming up to add to your backlog. Thanks, Adam. I don't even remember when that's coming out. Is that like October or November or something? I honestly don't remember when that game's coming out. That's also in September. Spark me dry. Oh my gosh. Well, thankfully, Lollipop Chainsaw is a short game, and I've 100% completed it before, back on the 360 and again on the PS3. So that's not going to be a difficult game to get through. Final Fantasy 16, I don't Reeve's not here, so I'd have to ask him how long it is. Because I think it's a little shorter than most Final Fantasies. I might be misremembering that. So I'll have to... Shoot. We'll find out. Regardless, I'm going to play that. There's nothing that's going to stop me from fighting alongside Goodest Boy. Okay? Torgal. Puppy. I need it. I will be playing that. I'm holding off on buying it right now. If I need to, I'll get it at the last minute, like a day or so before. Maybe it'll be my birthday present to myself. Because it comes out on the 17th, right? Is that correct? 17th, and my birthday's on the 15th. So that might be my birthday present to myself. Though that would just stack kind of on top of the Xenoblade statues. Resin statues, mind you, that were birthday / Christmas presents to myself for this year. To give you an idea, some of these are over 18 inches tall. So we're talking like legit size. I'm really stoked. I am going to have to figure out something completely different from this setup for my Xenoblade Shrine, because let me tell you, this isn't going to work, because once I add the Nia statue, the Cosmos statue, the Siren model kit, then I would have everything that's officially licensed for Xenoblade 2. The resin statues are going to need their own case. I'm going to need something entirely different for those. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I guess you got to be either my age or older. Could be wrong. Could be younger than me. So, I am generally told I look younger than I actually am. You can take that or leave that. That's different across cultures. You know, black don't crack. Asians can be 98 and look like they're still 35. You know. It really all depends, but I'm in my 30s, and that's empty. That's sad. Yeah, it'll be good. My birthday actually falls on a Sunday this year, I think. I gotta double check. I don't even know. I don't pay that much attention to my birthday, to be honest. Okay, so it does fall on a Sunday. Oh, outstanding! First day of Hispanic Heritage Month. Well, my last name is Rodriguez, but ain't nobody from a country called Hispania, because it doesn't exist. I haven't decided yet if we'll have a normal community night that night, or if I'll switch things up a little bit and make it a kind of a more birthday-centric thing. I mean, we may still just play the same games anyway, but maybe we'll go like an hour longer, throw in some Uno and Mario Party, stuff like that. I'm considering that. 37? Okay, so we're just about the same age. Baby Park Tournament. Dracinius, I will find where you live, and I will have my dog shit in your shoe. Don't play around, Baby Park. Please do find where I live so I can buy you a drink. See, okay, that I'm good with. We'd probably have a good time. Throw back a couple of drinks, grab some grub, shoot the breeze. I'd be down with that. But yeah, so I might just have a longer stream than usual on the Sunday that is my birthday, September 15th, and add in a couple more games. So usually we do like an hour of Mario Kart, and an hour, give or take 15 minutes, of Smash Brothers. That's typically what we do. Might add in either Mario Party or Uno. And that's going to probably be dependent upon how many people we have. Because the reason why I have community night set up the way that I do, which, by the way, guys, those of you who are new here, if you haven't already subscribed on YouTube or followed on Twitch, despite the fact that this is like 4 or 5 years of me doing this, I sometimes forget the verbiage. Please do so. But tomorrow night, so Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central is usually when we start our community night streams. And what that entails is we do usually about an hour and a quarter of Mario Kart, and it's open to anybody that's in my community. So anybody that's here, I leave the the join lobby code up on the screen. I'm pointing to my monitor like you guys can see what the hell I'm doing, because, you know, I'm that much of a YouTuber. Super professional. And then we switch to Smash Brothers. And the reason why we do that is usually by the end of the first hour, hour and a quarter, where, you know, people have had to, you know, if they live on the East Coast, maybe they got to start getting ready for bed, because maybe they have to get up early in the morning for work and yada yada. Totally understandable. So we switch over to Smash Brothers, which doesn't require as many people to still have a full room. Like, up to 8 people can join in the lobby, but you only really need 4 people in order to have a full room. So we switch over to that. So it's going to be dependent and incumbent upon how many people are here for my birthday stream, assuming I do one. We'll just operate as though that's the decision right now. Whether we do, like, Uno or Mario Party in conjunction with all that. Those would be the final things that we would do if we did them, because those limit you to max 4 people each, right? So there isn't as much give there. It's not like with Smash Brothers where you can just rotate as many people you want out of the actual battle, out of the actual match, from one match to the next as often as you like, and still have 8 people in the lobby, or like with Mario Kart where you can have 12 in the lobby. With Mario Party, you're limited to 4. Uno, limited to 4 max as well. So we'll see how it goes, but that might be what I end up doing. We'll see. I literally just thought of that right now. Turned 37 this past June. Okay. Yeah, so you're a year and you're a year and 3 months my senior then. Because I'll be 36 next month. To some people, I look my age. To most people, I look younger. I would probably look even younger if I shaved. Probably one of the reasons primarily why I don't. Because if I go babyface, then I still look like I'm in my like early 20s for the most part. Early to mid 20s, which I guess isn't a bad thing. I can't complain about that. I mean, if that, all things considered, that's a good problem to have. Of course, even though I don't play video games, I'm still a fan of the video game characters. I did see in the Mario movies. Hold on, I got a work message in front of that. I did see the Mario movies, both Sonic movies. So I really love. I'm gonna assume, because this is good faith here, I'm assuming you're referring to the was it Illumination? Did the recent CGI animated Mario film, which was fantastic. I loved that movie. I still plan on getting it in 4K. Adam, you haven't seen the Sonic movies? Either of them? Why? What? Why? Why have you not seen them yet? They're fantastic. They're so much fun. They're nothing groundbreaking or amazing time. I feel like I don't even need to say anything here. You don't have time? You really gonna try and sell me on that? Come on. That'd be like Dozer telling me he doesn't have enough free time. Corey hasn't watched them either. Okay, that's fine, Corey, because I don't know where you stand in terms of on Sonic and as a fan, but I know that there's Dozer. He's still watching. No, that was me checking to make sure you were paying attention. I know Adam has played the Sonic games. I know he enjoys them. So the fact that he hasn't seen the movies just baffles me. I love those movies. In fact, I need to order them off Amazon on 4K and add them to my 4K collection, because I adored both those movies. I had the pleasure of seeing both of those in, was it IMAX? For the first one. The second one, I got to see in, was it, no, not, G-Max isn't the correct, is it G-Max or is it 4D? I can't remember. I can't keep track of these things, guys, okay? I'm gonna be 36. I'm getting old. It was whatever the type of theater it is where like you can get the seats that like they'll move and stuff in conjunction with certain things that are going on in the film. They even spray you like with water at certain points, or like with mist. It's like super light, fine mist during certain scenes. It was an absolute blast. I was having the time of my life in that theater. There are very, very few theatrical experiences that I've had in my life, almost 36 years now, that were as enjoyable as those movies. Those were just an absolute blast. I was so happy. As a longtime Sonic fan, I don't have them with me because they're actually in storage. So I have, for those of you who aren't aware, Archie Comics, before they did their long-running, until they lost the license, Sonic the Hedgehog comic series, they did a 4-issue mini-series. It was kind of them testing the waters and seeing if the market was, like, interested at all for it. I have those. And I have unopened, I mean, as unopened as they can be considered, because they didn't come back then in, you know, poly bags. Issues 0 and 1. I have those. They're gems of my collection when it comes to comic books. I love Sonic the Hedgehog. And I'm considering streaming Sonic X Shadow Generations, as well as Lollipop Chainsaw, as well as FF16. It's just all a matter of time, really. I remember them complaining about the design of Sonic. Okay, so the original design, that movie, hold on. I gotta give credit to Paramount and to the team for that film specifically, that studio, because that movie was a triumph when you compare it to the original reaction of people, of fans, when they dropped that first trailer, because that first trailer was nightmare fuel. I was like, what am I looking at? What even is this right now? That's not Sonic. I don't know what that is, but that's not Sonic the Hedgehog. It looks like something out of a nightmare. And they heard the fans. They heard the feedback. And instead of saying, tough, this is what you're getting. Now, to be fair, and those of you who watch me on the High Council over on World Class Bullshitters every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central, you've heard me and Script go over this before. It was fortunate enough that all they had to do was just change the CGI model. Because that's something they could do in post. They wound up having to spend extra money on it, but it paid off for them because people saw the redone trailer. They said, hey, guys, they put out that statement on social media, right? They were like, hey, you know what? We see you, we hear you, we messed up. Have some patience with us. We're gonna go back to the drawing board. We'll come back to you. We'll present you something different. And what did they do? They showed us what we got as the end product. And even though his eyes aren't 100% accurate, because if you notice, if you're a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, his eyes, like the white parts of his eyes, the sclera, they are one whole thing traditionally. However, in the movies, the live action movies, they're actually separate. They're divided. It's a nitpick because otherwise the design is fantastic. Some people have complaints about his arms having the blue fur on them instead of his arms being peach. Like the center of his chest, like that mouthpiece, his muzzle. Fair enough if you're nitpicking, sure. I'm not going to knock somebody for mentioning that because I've been a fan of it. I've been a fan of the character in the franchise since I was like 4.5 years old, watching the Saturday morning cartoon. However, otherwise, that design is so well done. And Tails and Knuckles are basically one for one. Like, they're perfect. Also, Idris Elba as Knuckles is one of the most underratedly hysterical performances in recent years. It's hilarious. I absolutely love him. I still need to finish that's what I need to do. Okay, so I need to make sure I finish the Paramount Knuckles the Echidna miniseries before Sonic 3 comes out. I have to do that. Sonic beats Mario easy. I agree. Oh, okay. So Lawrence, I'm gonna give you. Well, I guess everybody that's watching, I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek here. I may or may not be involved in an I won't say the channel. I won't say who else is involved. I may or may not be involved in an upcoming debate that is Mario versus Sonic in terms of who has had the better media, better representation in media, overall quality, lore, all these different things. It's going to be a really multifaceted debate, and it's going to be a ton of fun because I'm going to reread through most of my comics, including... So I've got... This is actually pretty cool. Those of you who are Sonic fans, if you've read the comics, you might appreciate this. So, Archie, for a very limited time before they lost the license, Archie started putting out trade paperback collections of some of their more recent arcs that they were doing. And I do have those. Sonic Saga series. I just knocked my mic, so I apologize if that was in anybody's ear. I only pretend to know what I'm doing. Guys, look, like I've said before, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a streamer. I just sometimes stream. Sometimes on YouTube. It's not the same thing. It's really not the same thing. If you want professionalism, you're going to have to go to, like, Eric and Jeff and, you know, other people like that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing over here. I'm just kind of bullshitting my way through things. It's fun that way. It's also kind of non-committal that way as well. So I don't have to stress myself as much about it. But, like, so there was supposed to be another volume. This is the 7th volume right here. It's got silver on the front. The 8th volume was supposed to be the arc that they had with the Babylon... Why am I blanking right now? The Babylon bird jackasses. No, never mind. It was Scourge was next. Scourge was next. Hold on. No, I have that one. Scourge is right here. I'm stupid. Yes, the Babylon something from Sonic Riders. Babylon Rising was the name of the arc. They never wound up printing that because before they could print that 9th arc in the Sonic Universe series over at Archie, they lost the license. And there's a lot to that, and maybe we'll talk about that in a future stream that may or may not involve somebody else as well, and I'm looking forward to. But yeah, it went over to IDW after that, and Ian Flynn did a really, really good job with the story. The art was pretty consistently strong. In fact, it was consistently better than Archie overall. Now, granted, Archie also went nearly 300 issues. So it's hard to really judge the percentage there because it did go, for a licensed character, it went an incredibly long time. Like an incredibly long time for a licensed character. That's a lot. I love how this gaming stream has become mostly chat. I mean, I kind of made story progress. I went through a fight and a couple of cutscenes. Look, the point. This is the great thing about like me doing this with a game that I've beaten already like a dozen times. We'll just say a dozen to be safe. Nobody cares enough. Adam, I will find you and I will have my dog shit in your shoe. But the reason why I'm doing this with a game that I've already played through a dozen times, including 100%ing it basically that many times, is because that allows me to interact with you guys more. Because that's kind of what this is all about. It's about hanging, because it's a difficult balance on the community nights, right? Where I'm trying to also pay attention to the race because I do want to win, and pay attention to the match in Smash Brothers because I do want to win, but also trying to interact with the people who are in my chat. This I don't have to worry about any other jackasses in my Discord. I can just hang out with y'all. You know? So there's absolutely a benefit to that. So yeah, I mean, if it means it takes a little longer for me to get through the game, oh no. Because what I'm gonna do after this is I will potentially, I might end up doing like a poll for it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. It might be a poll on X. I don't know if I can do a poll in Discord. I'm not very good at Discord either, guys. I apologize. I'll do some sort of a poll I guess, and ask the people who are actually watching consistently, whether they want me to move into doing a New Game Plus run through of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, to where it'll be kind of like this, where it's like I'm playing through, I'm getting through a chunk of it at a time. It's not particularly challenging because I've done this a dozen times already. It'll be closer to half a dozen with Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but that's neither here nor there. Because the point will be to hang out with you guys more, and chat with you guys, get to interact with you more. Because otherwise, you know, on other streams, like when I'm on High Council or with the upcoming stream that me and Redacted will be doing together, you know, there's going to be some back and forth with the chat for sure, but it's also the conversation that's happening on screen at the moment that's the focus. So this affords me the ability to just kind of hang out with you guys. And the fans are what it's all about, you know? And as cool as it would be to get to the point where I have viewers, like, I'm not a YouTuber or a streamer. I want to make that clear if I haven't said that enough times tonight or this afternoon. To have the number of viewers that somebody like Gary does, or Eric, or whoever else that garners a lot of viewers on streams, that's cool. But it becomes incredibly difficult to engage with the chat at that point. So it's a balance. A very difficult balance, because you want to engage with the people who are watching you. But at the same time, you're also trying to be structured and have a show of sorts. That's why I don't have a structured show. I just game some stuff. Yeah. You can do a poll in Discord. Yeah, I'll probably, if that's a thing, I'll probably do that as well. To sort out whether I stream Xenoblade 3 next after this. I'm really determined to also stream Lollipop Chainsaw, because that game, though the original one on the 360 and PS3 was not great, like, it had a fun idea, but its execution was a little underwhelming because the gameplay felt very clunky. The visual design and the sound design were great, but the gameplay was a little clunky and slow for what it should have been. As I understand, it's sped up for the remake. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to stream that. I'm pretty certain. But we'll see. We'll see what I stream next. Anyway, I can get a little bit more done here. Mario Kart and the Gran Turismo games are the only games I play. It's fair. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not big on Gran Turismo. I'm more of a Forza guy, personally. But yeah, respect to Gran Turismo. Except for Gran Turismo Sport. That game's shit. Sorry, I had a work message from a coworker that was not work related, but it was hysterical. I think Dozer may have finally finished Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Did he? Well, I haven't seen any messages from him aside from commenting on how a gaming stream has become mostly chat, which is fine. I enjoy chatting with y'all. Anybody that's willing to engage, I'm willing to engage with. GT Sport is shit, or the series in general? No, the series in general is a strong racing series. But Gran Turismo Sport, I think that was the entry. Was just not good. Said something about killing a god and watching the ending. Oh, did he? Really? I must have missed that chat. Dozer, did you finally finish the sparking game? Just watch the ending. It's about sparking time. It's what? Probably 330 hours till you got to the frickin' ending? My God in heaven. You know, I can actually check. We're gonna check live on air right now. Yes, I have a custom background on my Switch. We're gonna check right now. Hold on, where's Dozer? All right. Oh, wow. How accurate was I? So at least 330. I said, not 15 seconds ago, I said 330 hours. 330 hours right there. How about that? Mic drop. But I hope you enjoyed the game, Dozer. It's a phenomenal game. That is a 9 out of 10 minimum. Probably 9.5. There's a reason, and a justified one, why the majority of Xenoblade fans say Xenoblade Definitive Edition is the best in the franchise. Like, as I say this as someone whose absolute, unmitigated, unadulterated, unironic favorite is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Those of you who have been following me long enough know this. I have a bunch of Xenoblade 2 stuff up here. I'm going to have way more by the end of the year or beginning of next year. Overall quality in Definitive Edition is just unmatched. Like, that's just facts. Story pacing, voice acting consistency, sound design. Visual design is more of an opinion thing, and in that I'm not nearly as much of a fan of it. I would put it actually visually, in terms of visual design, I'd put it below 3. So I'd put it third out of the Class Saga. The game's just so good. The characters, the story, everything. Incredible. Does a decent job with the tutorials, which is more than I can say for Xenoblade 2. I'd like to give Forza a shot, but don't own an Xbox console. I'd like to buy an Xbox, but the price for one is ridiculous. I mean, I'm gonna be real with y'all. There's not much reason to buy an Xbox Series X or a PS5. We need a Xenogears remake bad. What's up, Scorpio? So, I hear you. And as somebody who started with Xenogears, I do agree with you to a point. I would much rather first get a remake of the Xenosaga trilogy, flesh it out a little bit more, expand it out, because they had to cut... That was originally supposed to be 6 games. It was 6 games. They had to cut 4 games into 2. With Xenosaga 2 and 3. So there were some cuts, pretty heavy cuts that they had to make with the story and such. Still wound up being really good games, but the story that they were trying to tell was not fully fleshed out. I would love for a full remake of that. That being said, I don't think, even with the increased popularity of the franchise due to Xenoblade 3, and Pyra and MYTHRA's appearance in Smash, and Shulk's appearance in Smash, I don't think there's enough money to justify a full remake. So I think we'd ultimately have to settle for an HD remaster of the trilogy, the Xenosaga trilogy, which I would be fine with. Give it to me so that I can have it on Switch or whatever the successor to the Switch is. Make sure I can have it on Steam. And I'd be happy with that, honestly. Just make sure I can have it in 4K. 4K textures. You know, you can up the models. Give it... Okay, here's what you could do. Give it the Crash Bandicoot Insane or the Spyro Reignited trilogy treatment, where you didn't actually change anything except for the graphics for the most part. Yes, there's some other tweaks that were made, but it's not like they made gigantically, demonstrably larger worlds and levels. They just made it visually more impressive. They raised the fidelity, the visual fidelity, by a marked amount. Do that with the Xenosaga trilogy, and I will be over the moon. Bring it in line with the Xenoblade trilogy, visually, I'll be happy. I will be pleased as punch. For Xenogears, see, I don't see them doing a remake of that. I really don't. Because I don't see the justification for it. However, what I would really like, would be a sort of pixel remaster treatment. And considering the licensing for Xenogears is owned by Square primarily, that would be in line. They could even call it a pixel remaster at that point, because that is owned by Square, if I'm remembering correctly. So they could do a quote-unquote pixel remaster of Xenogears. And I'd be perfectly fine with that. Just, again, make sure I can have it on the Switch or the successor to the Switch and Steam. And I'm happy. It's good enough for me. Xbox is overrated. Get a PC instead. Honestly, at this point, yeah. Are you on any other social media platforms, friend? I'm on... So, hold on. Can I... Does this work? Hold on. Let's see if this works. Okay, so it didn't post anything there. Oh, no, it did. It did on the Twitch end. Okay, cool. And you're watching on Twitch, so that works. Cool. Yeah, so I'm on Twitter, or X, or Twix, or whatever the heck you want to call it. It's not important to me, really. I'm on that. I technically have an Instagram, but I don't do anything with it. So I'm trying to boost my YouTube, mainly in preparation for this upcoming stream that I'm going to be doing with a friend on a probably weekly basis. We still have to hammer out a couple of details, but I think that's what we're aiming for. But yeah, the social media platform I use the most is Twitter/X, and that's because it's the most convenient for me. I use it a lot for work. Facebook and Instagram I almost exclusively use for work. And in that, I mean that I only use my work accounts, not my personal account. So there's that. Yeah, you can find me over on Twitter. If you do follow me, be warned, I post highly controversial content, namely corgi videos and Godzilla GIFs. So, you know, you've been warned. I'm a big Godzilla fan. Huge Godzilla fan. In fact, I should figure out when is that supposed to arrive. I'm waiting on my 4K collector's set of Godzilla -1 to arrive. I think that's supposed to come in sometime close to my birthday. Hate these damn ads. Oh, I'm sorry. The ads on Twitch are really obnoxious, and I apologize for that. I'll have to go into the back end and see about spreading those out or something. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do with those. Like I said, I'm not a streamer. I just do this to hang out with y'all. So I don't actually know all the ins and outs of this stuff. I should probably learn if me and my buddy are going to be serious about this other stream that we're working on. Probably a good idea. Oops. It's fine. I'm too busy being creative in other areas to stress too much about the streaming side, but I do want things to be convenient for you guys, and I know the ads. So the ads, they have the purpose. It results in revenue, and that's great. But I also don't want them to be dropping in places that are just a pain in the neck. Like, I don't know who decided that that was a smart thing to start playing ads in the middle of a live stream and not allow your viewers to still hear you, right? So it's like, okay, fine. Like, Because sometimes they'll do the thing, like, I think if you're on, like, desktop and you're watching somebody, sometimes they'll pop the streamer over to, like, a side window, right? And they'll have the ad playing on the larger window, which is whatever, but you can still see the streamer, right? However, you can't hear them. So if they're talking to you and trying to respond to you, you're screwed, right? In my opinion, that's a poor decision on Twitch's part. I understand the purpose of the ads. That's revenue for them. That's technically revenue for the streamer as well, though it's micro pennies, fractions of pennies on the dollar. But to have it play during a live stream. Now, if it was on a replay, so if, say, people were going back and watching the replay of this, I don't know why they would. But if they're going back and watching the replay of the stream, and then there were ad breaks for whatever, 30 seconds or something every, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or something. I don't know what it would be. That's fine. Whatever. That's understandable. But to do that in the middle of a live show, why? Because it's not like they're pausing my stream, right? For y'all. So anything that I say during the ad break just gets lost. It's stupid. That is a piss poor decision. They need to figure something out that's better than that. Low bar, because it's really bad. Take over the Garfont mercenaries. Yes. Hey, look, I'm making progress here. I enjoy talking with you guys. That's what this is all about. It's fun. And I hope, once again, that you guys are having a great weekend. I really do. What are you guys playing right now? That's a good question. What are y'all up to? What have you guys been playing? There's not a lot out there that's brand new that's immensely interesting. I know a lot of people have been playing Black Myth Wukong. I'm going to wait on that one. Not because I'm not interested, because I am. However, I still need to play the Elden Ring DLC, and I have not yet. So I'm not going to dive into another Souls-like until I finish that. And at that point, you know, maybe it'll go on sale or something. But I do want to play it. I want to play Sekiro, because I haven't done that yet either. And that looks really cool. I love Japanese mythology and history and stuff that leans into their culture. So I'm looking forward to playing Sekiro for the Japanese side, Black Myth Wukong for the Chinese mythology side, Journey to the West. But it's going to be a minute before I get to this. By the time I am able to play Black Myth Wukong, everybody else will have beaten it 25 times, and nobody's going to be watching anybody stream it. That's the fact of the matter, which is fine because that's no pressure on me, and it means I can just play it for my own damn amusement and challenge instead of having to worry about and stress about streaming it for anybody. Like, right, I can just like have a glass of wine, shut off the lights, and work my way through the game. Waiting for Famicom Detective Club next week. Oh, that's next week. Okay, interesting. That was an unexpected announcement, that game. That was a genuinely unexpected announcement. But yeah, guys, those of you who are watching, let me know what you're playing right now and what you're looking forward to playing that's coming out in the next handful of months. Playing old games to save money, Metaphor Refantasio and Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8 Remake, those are the ones you're looking forward to. So, Metaphor Refantasio, I'm right there with you. So, I wouldn't consider myself necessarily an Atlas fanboy. What it is that Atlas has built up enough goodwill with me in the quality of the stuff that I enjoy and that I feel like was made for me, that they get my money, like, on day one. And typically I end up pre-ordering their stuff, right? So, and I end up getting it on multiple consoles. So I have Persona 5 Royal on my PS4, Steam, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox PC. 5. Persona 4 Golden. Switch, Steam. Okay, technically I bought it on my PS3. I didn't get it on PS4. Is that one on Xbox? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one's on Xbox One. Yeah, I have that one on my Xbox One X. I don't remember if it's on PS4, to be honest. I almost never boot up those consoles. But same thing with Persona 3 Portable. I have it on everything that's available. The thing is, with developers that are putting out things that are a more niche product, right? So it's not your Call of Duty, it's not your normie video game, right? It's not your stuff that gets a ton of marketing. The type of games that Atlas puts out are my jam, but I acknowledge that they're not everybody else's. And so I want to continue to incentivize them to putting those out and putting them out at quality. And so I buy them. I pre-order them whenever they announce them. As long as it's something that looks interesting to me. Like if ReFantazio didn't look interesting to me, I wouldn't. But it does look interesting to me, so I am going to get it. And I hope it's really good. I hope it's of the quality that I have come to expect from Atlas. From that team specifically. We're looking forward to it. Again, I hope it's good. It'll be a change of pace. It'll be different for sure. But I think there's at least from the gameplay videos that I've seen, there's enough familiarity there for me to be like, okay, I think I can get into this. I'm willing to give him a shot. I'll give him the once over. So I tend to do that with anything that's Atlas, at least that has anything to do with being SMT or SMT adjacent, right? Anything Monolith. I do actually still need to grab the Baten Kaitos remasters, now that I think about it. I know those are on Steam. Were those also on Switch? I can't remember. I thought those were also on Switch. If so, I'll have to grab them on both. I like supporting smaller developers that put out things that I have come to be able to trust as being quality products. Because most game developers out there these days don't do that. Most game developers out there have at minimum, lost my pre-order, and more often, just lost my dollar in general. So, like, Assassin's Creed used to have me by default. Assassin's Creed 2, 3, Revelations, they had me. And then I pre-ordered Assassin's Creed 3, and I was let the hell down. It was so boring. I hated that game. It was a chore to finish. The DLC for that game was 10 times better than the base game. And I played a couple others after that, but they just didn't hook me. The franchise had lost the magic. I know a lot of people feel that same way about a lot of other franchises that are out there that are big name AAA franchises. They're just like, I can't do it anymore. They're not putting in the effort anymore. Except the Merc mission. Yes, I will do that. Oh, hold on. First mission. Yeah. It's a shame there's only been one Spider-Man game from Insomniac. Yeah, I hear you. So disappointed with where they went with that franchise, because that PS4 Spider-Man game from Insomniac was the first game that I had platinumed in a long time. I played the ever-loving hell out of that game. Holy crap, man. That game was amazing. Spectacular. Truly a superior Spider-Man experience. However, it feels like they learned nothing. Outside of gameplay. Like, gameplay, I've seen nothing of the gameplay from the Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2 entries that suggest they went backwards. The gameplay still looks absolutely stellar. But story-wise, I just don't care. Not interested. Sorry, I'm good. I don't care. I don't have any interest. Like, you want to give Miles his own game? Fine. Give him his own game. I do not like anybody other than Peter Parker. I don't care if it's Miles. I don't care if it's Gwen. I don't care if it's Kane. I don't care if it's Ben. Miguel. None of them. Just Peter. Get rid of the rest. I would trade in all of the others in a heartbeat. Give Miles his own game if you want, but don't make me play half of a Spider-Man game as Miles. Like, sorry, like, if I already was annoyed at having to play as the Arbiter for half of Halo 2. And I say that as being a huge Keith David fan. Keith David has one of the most iconic voices just in existence, and he just is an incredible actor in general. And he got, so I was at, for the Rippaverse, I was over at Denver Fan Expo back in July, first week of July, it was 4th of July weekend. And Keith David was there. He had a booth, he was doing autographs. He got a standing ovation from everybody that was on the floor. And he deserved it. That man is incredible. Incredible talent. I didn't get the chance to meet him. I didn't have the time, unfortunately. So as a Keith David fan, it was frustrating for me to have to play half of Halo 2 as the Arbiter. Halo 5 was the same thing. I was forced to play like 60% of the game as Locke, who I had no care for. It wasn't Keith David, so I gave zero craps about him. Don't care about Locke. Fireteam Osiris had some cool designs, but outside of Buck, couldn't give a crap about him. Wolf, do you have any action figures? Yes. Quite a few, actually. So if you're talking specifically action figures, like articulated action figures, yes, I have quite a few. Most of them are over there on the other side of my room, but I have a bunch of the McFarlane Toys DC Universe line. Mainly anything that has to do with the Flash or the Titans I have. I have a handful of Marvel Legends, not a lot. Only a few. I've got the Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and Spinneret Renew Your Vows 2-pack. I have an Emma Frost. I have the SH Figure Arts Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure. I have a handful of Black Series figures, mostly older Knights of the Old Republic stuff and Jedi Fallen Order stuff or Jedi Survivor stuff. Though I have a couple other figures, like I have, what is it? Is it episode 2 or 3 that I have? Obi-Wan? It's one of those. I have the Black Series Mandalorian figure. I had the Black Series, what the hell is his name? He's not one of my favorite characters, that's why I was fine with sending him away to a friend. Cad Bane. The bounty hunter Cad Bane from Clone Wars, who also made an appearance in the Book of Boba Fett. Horrible show. I had him, but I sent him to a friend because he's his favorite bounty hunter. So I was like, hey, you can have this. It's fine. Like, no skin off my back. So yeah, I have a bunch. I also have... I primarily like higher quality articulation stuff. So I have a handful of Revoltech figures. Like I've got a Flash and a Reverse Flash. I've got a Spider-Man, Spider Armor Mark IV Spider-Man. And I've got an Iron Spider from that line as well. I also have a few Square Enix Play Arts Kais. I've got Cloud and his Fenrir motorcycle. I've got Tifa in her purple dress. I've got Aerith in her red dress. And I've got Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, Cloud, and Tifa as well. Are you a fan of the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman? No, I don't really care for Jessica Drew. I actually like Julia Carpenter far more. I was asking because I was curious what kind of toys you have. As a nerd, of course, not every nerd likes action figures. Yeah. No, I like both. I tend to prefer statues over action figures. Statues I will take out of their boxes. Action figures I tend to leave in them unless I buy a duplicate. But statues, as you can see, like, I have so many more than this. I have more over on my dresser. But, like, for example, my Pyra and MYTHRA over here. I have from Good Smile Company. And there's some of the very, very few officially licensed Xenoblade products out there. Unfortunately, there aren't many. That's fine. It's a niche franchise within a niche genre, so I understand. It's not like I don't get it. But it's frustrating as a collector and a fan who wants more of it, right? Because I would love for them to have done the whole cast, the whole team from Xenoblade 2. I would love to have a Rex, Nia, Tora, Zeke, Morag, and their blades, Bridget, Pandoria, Poppy, all three forms. You know, all of them. Dromark, I would want all of them. And if they did that, I would probably ultimately do the same thing if they did the whole squad from Xenoblades 1 and 3 as well. But unfortunately, there just isn't much in the way of merch for Xenoblade as a franchise. Which sucks as a fan, but I guess it's probably ultimately best for my wallet. Because my wallet would be hurting something fierce. Like, it'd be bad. Let's see. Transport Mastery. Let's sort by that real quick first. I can pretend to multitask well. Right? Kind of. Let's see here. Transport Mastery. Boop. I can kind of try. Mostly have traditional toys. Yeah, that's fine. That's fair. Nothing wrong with that. Industry Mastery. Let's go there. Did I completely pass it? Industry Mastery. There we go. Yeah, we'll do one of each, and then we'll just throw some random crap in there. Production Mastery. Boop. Oh, you're almost done with your affinity chart too, so. Alright. Oh, you're kind of close. We'll go there. That's fine. Nope, yours is done. Yours is not super far. Nope, yours is done, yours is done, yours is done, yours is done. Oh, it's because those are all the freaking rare blades. Of course, those are done. I completed all those. Alright, cool. Good enough. But I try to get some action figures. Yeah, right on. Good stuff.
I'm all over this. I'll be back in a jiff. Just
In a jiff?
shoot away.
Jiffy peanut butter. Cool, that'll take less than a minute. But yeah, I love collecting figures, because here's the thing. Growing up as a kid, and a lot of us that are around similar age can probably relate. This was long before geek culture became pop culture, where it was more socially acceptable, depending on who you ask, to be fans of this stuff. We were looked at as weird, dorks. Geek was a pejorative, right? Nerd was a pejorative. We were picked on, bullied for liking this stuff. Whether it was comic books, video games, anime, what have you. A lot of us have matured to the point where we don't care about all that. And we value the fact that we were still in love with these properties, despite the ridicule that we got from people who just didn't get it. Whether it was out of malice or just out of ignorance. You know, sometimes it's one or the other. And that's unfortunate. But a lot of this stuff was formative to who we are. A lot of us grew up with superheroes that helped form us to who we are, right? There was Superman, Flash, Batman, doesn't matter who it was. Whoever inspired you to become the person who you are today.
Man,
That's important stuff. And at least for me, growing up as a kid, I didn't have a heck of a lot of money. My family was not poor, to be very clear. My family wasn't poor. We always had the necessities. Always had the necessities. However, we didn't often have the luxuries, which is fine. Like, if you have the necessities, you know, you got a roof over your head and it's a good roof, you've got clothes on your back and they're not full of holes, you've got food on the table and it's, you know, not just fast food, you are blessed. Immensely blessed, and that's something you should value, you should treasure, and you should strive to provide at minimum for with your own family. But I didn't have the ability to have a lot of this geek paraphernalia and stuff as a kid. I had a handful of action figures, for sure, but they were mostly from, like, you know, birthday and Christmas presents. I didn't have a ton of them, but I treasured them, for sure. Because I valued them, because I knew that they didn't come necessarily super easily. Which I've transferred to also make sure within myself that I value the stuff that I have now. Right? I take care of the stuff that I have. Because I knew that took work. It's not super easy to just replace it. Yes, anything can be replaced, but it's not always super easy to replace it. And so I value all the geek stuff that I have. And it's a fulfilling thing as a fan, right? To be able to not just do this, but to point to it and say, yeah, I'm a Xenoblade fan. Know how I can prove it to you? Prove it to you with my game clocks on the games, prove it to you with the resin statues, 18 inches plus I'm gonna have by the end of the year, that kind of thing. There's value in that as a fan. It's not the end-all be-all, but there's still value in that. Yes, I completed the mission. It took all of, well, in-game time, a minute, but in real life, I don't know, probably burned like 45 minutes just talking with y'all on that. I do sincerely apologize, genuinely, to anybody who's here like looking for strictly gameplay. That's not what you're getting here right now. You're getting me enjoying interacting with y'all that are in the chat, and every handful of minutes I'll make some dialogue progress on the game. I'm not a professional streamer, guys. I'm sorry. Hate to break it to you. I'm sure I broke a lot of hearts just now. Different missions have different requirements. I am aware of this, actually, as I have capped out all of these areas. I don't have anything left to do. I mean, I can still do the side quests in this playthrough. I can still do the Merc missions in this playthrough. But I've capped out my development everywhere. I love a good conversation, as do I. That's the whole reason why I stream. With the exception of Sundays. Tomorrow is not about conversation with the chat. I will do my absolute best to engage with the chat if people show up. But it's about trying to kick my friends' butts in Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. And y'all being entertained as much as possible when I fail. That's what Sunday nights are for. Sunday is the day the Lord has made, and apparently that means Andrew getting his butt kicked in Mario Kart and Smash Brothers.
Ship to Morardain, then on to the Praetorium.
If we're lucky,
Is what it is.
there'll be a guild ship at the port.
Can't say no to a free ride. Let's go and see.
It doesn't cost anything?
Salvagers can board guild ships for free. I'll negotiate for you guys, too.
Masochism?
That would be
It's probably part of it.
help.
There's a little bit. I can neither confirm nor deny. Hooray! Yes, we're going to go to Morardain. However, first, I'm going to take like a 30-second break. We're still probably going to go for another half hour or so. I need a quick second to take a leak. So I will be right back. Bear with me. You don't know me, Corey. Go to hell. All right, I am back. I know that was a little longer than 30 seconds. It was closer to a minute, but, you know, whatever. I really had to take a leak. I apologize. Or I'll force biology to apologize. That works. Okay, let's see if we can advance the story a little bit, shall we? Thank you so much, guys, for being so interactive. I genuinely appreciate that. That's my favorite part of streaming. Isn't the making money on whatever menial level that I do is nice and all, but playing games is great, but I far more value the conversation. So if I only ever reach a point where I've only got, you know, a few hundred people watching as opposed to tens of thousands, but those few hundred people are interactive and I have the ability to actually interact with y'all, I value that way more. That's, to me, that's way better. That's ideal for me. As somebody who considers themselves a non-YouTuber, non-streamer, I'm just here to have fun with y'all and to create. That was a fast leak break. I mean, I tried. Doing the best that I can. Still got 129 of y'all watching. I don't know why. I don't know how. But I appreciate you guys. You guys are pretty awesome. So, again, I know I've said this before, but I hope you guys are having a really fantastic weekend so far. And thank you for hanging out with me. All right. I need to go back to Fonsamima because we need to fly.
We're here.
So, shall we?
You'll notice I'm not wasting much time on the side dialogue and the side quests and stuff. That's because I'm not tripping about it. I've done this a dozen times already. I'm literally just playing this to have a game where, while yes, I'm still technically invested because I just genuinely love the game overall as a whole. However, I'm not missing anything if I skip through some, you know, side character dialogue because I'm just here to hang out with you guys because I've beaten this game a dozen times. I don't know why there's 131 of y'all still here, but I do appreciate that you're all still here. I don't want to undersell that. So thank you. That's my browser making noises, just so you know. I have Persona 5 sound effects attached to my browser. Because it's more fun that way. Normally would have left when I see those when I see these video games, since they don't fit in with this particular group of nerdy people, since I'm more into comics and dolls and music, etc. Nothing wrong with that at all. I genuinely, sincerely appreciate you sticking around there.
Pretty, aren't we?
Well, you know, I've been trading here for a while. Anyway, I'll find us a ride to the Empire. You guys go on ahead to the inn.
Sounds good. See you around.
I am a comic book guy myself, and I may or may not have a stream coming up in the very near future that is comic book centric. Both mainstream and indies. And by indies, I do not mean Image and the like. Those are mainstream. For all intents and purposes. By indie, I mean stuff that is, you know, either crowdfunded or self-published. That kind of thing. So, look forward to that if you like comic books. May or may not have a weekly stream in the works that's going to deal with the weekly solicits. I can speak. Brief reviews on what was decent, what wasn't, and some indie projects that have caught our eyes. So, you'll look forward to that. If you're a comic book person. Newspaper comics. Oh, so like, yeah, like the funny pages type of thing. I got you. They're in storage, but I have several collections of Calvin and Hobbes. Because I freaking love Calvin and Hobbes. Those are some of my favorite things to read as a kid. Those are fantastic. But yeah, new issues, old issues, the works. Like this is the thing that me and a buddy have planned is gonna run the gambit of comic book content. Because right now the easy thing is to bitch about how bad most mainstream comics are. And it's not like that's invalid, because it is valid. However, there are still some genuinely good books in the mainstream across Marvel, DC, Image, etc. Not a ton, but a handful, and those deserve having attention drawn to them. Amidst all the tripe and trash that they're surrounded by. And then there are the indies that, you know, are from independent creators who they literally strive and thrive or die off of word of mouth and off of positive reception. And those deserve having attention brought to them as well. And then also just chatting about like older runs, older issues, older arcs, and things that are worth reading. Like, hey, recently I went back and reread, just say for example, The Flash by Mark Waid, who's a complete psychopath in real life, but an incredible comic book writer and understands superheroes. Somehow those two things don't seem like they could coexist, but they do. Incredible. He to date, nobody has touched his run on The Flash. And considering I got in on comic books when he was writing The Flash, there's a lot of important value and sentimentality to this to me. Mark Waid, love him or hate him, I could understand either, had an immense impact on my childhood and as a result my adulthood. So don't judge people. I mean, that's fine, but like still, like, the dude acts like a total psychopath online towards people. But if you just look at his art, just look at the work that he produces and remove it's easier said than done for some people. I'm not going to claim to say that it's easy to separate art from artists, because that's increasingly difficult for people these days. However, his work as a comic book writer is in large part fantastic. So, and I'm not going to be somebody who's intellectually dishonest and say, well, just because this person disagrees with me on stuff now in the 2020s, all of a sudden the entire body of work they've produced is trash. I'm not going to retroactively, make ahistorical claims like that. I'm not into historical revisionism. I may, not like or agree with a particular artist or writer's opinions on any number of things these days. However, I'm still going to look at the work they produce as separate from that in terms of its objective quality. If somebody's a good artist, they're a good artist. If they're an insufferable piece of crap outside of that, that's fine. That's a different conversation. The same thing with writers. Jason for Real HH just followed on Twitch. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Welcome to the show. It's not so much of a show as it's been a conversation, and every now and then I get a little gameplay in. And that's perfectly fine. I enjoy it that way. Anybody who was here, gosh, how long ago was this? Adam, you were here, and Punk might have been here long enough ago to remember as well. Back when I was streaming Breath of the Wild on emulator, and I was showing off to you guys 120 FPS with 4K textures for Breath of the Wild on my PC. How long ago that was, where it was like I was getting in a little bit of gameplay here and there, but mostly just having a back and forth with y'all in the chat. That was like, what, 4 years ago now? That seems like forever ago. Infinite ammo and durability, heck yeah! Maybe 3 years ago? Okay, so something like that. Something like that. Adam says, like, I get calling out and mocking the bad stuff, but I wish more people would talk about the good stuff outside of their placement in the culture war. Bothers me so much that not many people talk about something like Superman and Lois. So, to be fair, I haven't seen Superman and Lois, and I don't, just on a visual perspective, I don't like the castings. I have heard that the show itself is good, and that's fine, that's fair. I won't comment on the show outside of just not liking the visual representation. That's the only thing I can't comment on, because I haven't watched it, so I can't comment on the story. I can't comment on the characterization or anything else. But I know the show itself was pretty widely accepted as good. But that's all secondhand, right? I'm not going to comment and have an opinion about something that I haven't actually observed for myself firsthand. Beyond, like, commenting on trailer or commenting on, like, all right, like, do I think they did a good or bad job with that costume type of a thing, right? But yes, I agree with that. I think that in the midst of the culture war stuff, which isn't unimportant, there's value there to a point. Because we should be fighting for improved quality in our entertainment. And having our entertainment not just cater to a small sect of people. However, it's an important... How do I want to word this? It's crucial, and it behooves intellectual honesty to be able to recognize when something that is produced by maybe a company or by people whom you disagree with vehemently about any one thing or another, that something is still objectively of quality. So an example of that is that I largely have distaste and dislike for Marvel and Disney and most of the things that they've done in recent years, since, like, let's say 2015, right? However, I can acknowledge that the Ultimate Spider-Man comic currently is fantastic. I can acknowledge that the Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor games, still need to finish the latter, are great, right? The bulk of Star Wars content that comes out these days is trash. And I say this on the High Council, feels like every Tuesday. It's important to have the ability and willingness to acknowledge when something of quality is put out by someone whom you don't like. Because it's easy to crap on somebody that you don't like, and it's easy to praise someone that you do like. However, if you're praising someone that you do like, even if the quality is bad, that doesn't do anything positive. If you are crapping on somebody you don't like, even if the quality is good, that doesn't do anything positive. You have to be able to intellectually multitask. It's not something a lot of people are willing to do. Because it's harder that way. On a creator side, like content creator side, like YouTube and whatever, it's harder to do that because that goes against everything that the algorithm tries to push you to do, right? It's hard. It's hard balance to strike, but I believe in intellectual honesty. X-Men 97 would be a good example. I wouldn't agree with what the showrunner believes in, but he made a good show from what I've heard. See, I haven't seen the show yet. I have heard that most of the show, though some of the decisions that I've heard about I disagree with vehemently. However, overall it seems like the show was really strong and of good quality, though I'm not a fan of that animation style that they used. It seems like that there was genuine appreciation, we'll say, for the property, for it. That's me speaking secondhand, again, because I haven't watched it myself yet, so I can't speak firsthand, and I will not speak firsthand on something that I have not actually watched or played or read myself. I refuse to do that. I will not be that person. I will comment only with regards of the scope of what I have seen. So, like, if I see a trailer and the trailer looks really bad for something, I will comment based on the trailer, right? So I try to, I don't want to say limit myself, but it's just, I prefer to remain intellectually honest. It's easy to, on either side, it's easy to, on the shill side, praise something, and so you're getting all the accolades and the ad revenue and the, you know, algorithm push because you're supporting Disney as a shill, right, for praising something that they put out. It's easy to do that. Or on the other side, it can be easy to just crap on something until you're purple in the face, yelling your head off, right? So you got 18 veins popping out of your forehead in different places, saying how garbage something is. And that's going to help you in the algorithm on the other end of the spectrum, right? Both of those things are easy. The thing that isn't easy is being intellectually honest and being willing to be like, hey, I hate how Disney has operated as a company over the last, let's say, 10 years, right? Just to make it easy, we'll just say a flat decade. However, this thing they did was actually really good. But in the same vein, being able to say, hey, but this thing over here, this was trash, this was garbage, right? Some people would incorrectly label that as a fence rider. It's not what that is. That's called not allowing ideology to get in the way of objectivity. I cannot stand so much of Disney as a company these days, both creative decisions as well as their personal decisions. However, if something is put out that's of quality, I'm not going to pretend and pearl clutch like it's trash just because that's the popular narrative, or praise it because that's the popular narrative. I don't believe in either of those things. I refuse to do either. And that's a difficult place to exist. That's why I'm not a YouTuber. I would do horribly on YouTube. You realize that? Like, I am very well educated as a geek. Whether it's video games, whether it's comic books, anime, any number of other things, Star Wars. But I refuse to lean into one end of the spectrum or the other. And I'm just going to take something for what it is as a product. Sure, I could comment on like what the creator, the writer, or the artist's like personal like push was for something, and that's fine. That's entirely fair. It's like, hey, like the creator, the writer, or director, or whoever said this thing, and I disagree with it immensely. Like this isn't how you act. This isn't something you say to people who are supposed to be your fans. But I'm also willing to praise a piece of work for what it is, if it's good. Even if the popular thing is to say that it's trash. So, I am not good for the YouTube algorithm. That's why I'm not a YouTuber. I couldn't do it. I would just get annoyed. Like, if I was somebody striving to be a YouTube content creator, I would have to pick a lane. I would have to be constantly praising something and therefore getting the artificial clicks of, you know, bots and things like that. Or I'd have to be like rage baiting and having to get clicks on that end. And it's like, look, sometimes things of good quality come from people that we don't like. And sometimes things of bad quality come from people that we do. It's okay to acknowledge that. It's not fence riding. It's called being intellectually honest. It's not a centrist approach. Probably do better than some people out there who shall remain nameless. No, honestly, no, I know who you're referring to, Adam, and I doubt it. I genuinely doubt it. I'm not built for YouTube. Not in that capacity. It would have to be something far more specific fandom focused and centralized. Say, I don't know, if I were to make or collaborate with somebody on something with respect to, I don't know, Harry Potter as a franchise, which is a franchise that is largely untouched by the culture war. That's kind of a benefit to it. Most of it just comes down to a matter of quality or not. That'd be one thing. But just general pop culture stuff, I'm not built for it. I'm not. It's okay. Yeah, I'll pay you $3,000, you freaking schmuck. I just got to Halure. I'm really enjoying Tales of Vesperia now. Finally getting the swing of the game's combat too. You're missing an O there. No offense, I'm just an editor. Really feeling it. Wrong franchise! Just saying. We'll go not much longer. Probably another 10-15 minutes at most. And we'll cap it around the 3.25 hour mark. Because I do have some other stuff I need to get done. I should probably also eat something soon. I ate an early lunch, so I haven't eaten now in 5 hours. Because I had lunch at like 11:30. Bothers me so much hearing people mix quotes like that. Had to tie back into Xeno. Yeah, well, wrong franchise. Bub. Thought about starting a channel talking about sports in general, not like Sports Wars.
So it looks
Focus
like
too
we're
much
heading
on
out tomorrow.
politics.
Everyone, make sure you're ready by then.
Odd choice considering it's called Sports Wars, not Politics Wars. But hey, you know what? Not my channel. They do what they do. Hey, there's the shot. There's the shot.
The tea here is
I had to take a
You can
screenshot
find
of that.
quality goods here from all around, Walrus.
Now I kind of want to make tea. I might make tea after
Yeah.
this stream, actually.
If there's time before we leave, I think I'll have another cup later.
Feels so good to rest in a proper inn after a long voyage.
Yeah, it's good to be on familiar shores again.
Indeed. Oh, this is a great cutscene. Hi, MYTHRA. Waifu number 2. Again, not ranking, just listing.
You! How did you... What? What are you doing in my bed?
Wait,
Ah! Get out! Interloper! Monster!
Interloper.
wait a minute, would you? Ow! You're the one in my room. The guy's room, see?
I can't believe it. I did it again. I am such an idiot.
Yikes. Sorry, MYTHRA.
Is this what they call sleepwalking?
You were staring.
Huh?
Pervert.
15-year-old boy, give him a little grace.
She's certainly exposing an awful lot of skin.
Pot, meat kettle.
Would you care to explain what that is supposed to mean, my good sir?
Have you looked in a mirror recently?
It's great. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're still in the cutscene.
Hi, Pyra.
Oh, he's got a real shiner there on his forehead.
Listen, about earlier.
I'm sorry about MYTHRA. She gets very confused when she's just woken up.
I see.
It didn't get violent, did it?
No.
No,
I didn't do anything.
not at all. She only
Nothing.
threw a few
No.
dozen things at me.
It was more MYTHRA I was worrying about.
Oh, right. I guess she did throw a thing or two.
Oh no. So that was where that came from. I'm sorry. Did it hurt a lot?
No, not at all. Really, I'm fine.
Are you sure? Honestly, my head is still a little painful.
To be young again.
Indeed, indeed.
We need a little romance in our lives too, eh?
Actually, I'm quite all right.
There's such great chemistry with all the characters in this game. Let's see. What was Priya saying? Yeah, I couldn't be a YouTuber either. I don't have any knowledge of geek culture. I am very slow intellectually, mentally disabled anyway. So yeah, if I knew how to, but I don't sounds complicated to me as well. I think Instagram, but I just learned how to post things on Instagram. There's nothing wrong with not being like in line with all the technology and stuff. That I don't look. I'm a social media manager, and Instagram is probably the most complicated thing in the world to me. I'm constantly asking how to sort things through on Instagram. It's fine.
Yes.
Let me pause real quick to address the chat here. Any upcoming JRPGs, this is from Scorpio, you're excited for besides Refantasio metaphor? I mean, I'm looking forward to the pixel remasters of Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. I'm trying to think what else. Honestly, I probably have to pull up my Steam list real quick to see what's on my wish list. I've been so busy with work lately, I forget what all's coming out on a pretty regular basis, to be honest. Yeah, Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. Refantasio. I don't think I'm aware of any other JRPGs that are upcoming that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm particularly looking forward to. It is entirely possible that I'm forgetting something. I mean, okay, so I'm looking forward to the PC releases for FF16, FF7 Rebirth. I do need to still pick up and play Star Ocean Second Story R and Divine Force. What else? At some point, I'll probably play Stranger of Paradise, though that's kind of low on my priority list, but I want to at least check it out. Aside from that, I'm not aware of any other JRPGs that are coming out imminently that I'm particularly looking forward to. Does Mario and Luigi... Oh, Mario and Luigi Brothership. Okay. Yeah, I guess I could technically count that. That does look really good. I still need to finish the remake of Thousand Year Door, though I'm not in a particular rush for that because I played the absolute hell out of it back on my GameCube. I played that game a lot. I'm still only in the first chapter, I think, in the remaster. Like I haven't. Excuse me. I barely played it at all. I just haven't had the time. I haven't had the time for most games, to be honest, especially RPGs. But yeah, I mean, I do want to play Brothership. It's probably going to be one of those ones that I don't end up playing all the way through until much further down the line. That's just kind of how it is. Corey says they talk about all the social issues that's brought up in the sports stuff. I can understand covering it, but they go live on Sunday mornings and they don't talk about the games that day. I mean, yeah, that's their choice. It's their channel, it's their business. If that's the angle they're taking and they're getting a lot of views for it, more power to them. That wouldn't be my approach, but I'm also, I wouldn't claim to be a massive sports guy to begin with. So, who knows? He's a boy doing what boys do. Look, Rex was pretty innocent there, all things considered. He woke up and his eyes just happened to be right there, okay? Like, that's not his fault. And truth be told, who could blame him, right? Like, give him a little bit of slack, okay? Andrew, if you would have told me there's women with huge bumps, I would be playing this by now. Is that right? Just trying to figure it out myself. Just no whiz on Instagram or Facebook or any of that. Yeah, I mean, I'm no whiz on social media. I know how to do what I need to do. That's basically it. Oh yeah, and I need to finish this. I need to finish the Mario RPG remake as well on the Switch. I completely forgot about that one. Thanks for reminding me, Corey. Yeah, I need to beat that as well. I was flying through that one at a pretty good clip too, honestly. I just, you know, what's this? Hold on, I got a work message. All right. Yeah, Thousand Year Door and Mario RPG remake I need to beat. That's gonna be a minute. I guess I could potentially think about streaming those. I don't know how interested I am in streaming those. I'm just kind of enjoying those off on the side on my own. If that makes sense. Definitely see this video game as an anime adaptation. I would beat an old lady with a stick for this to be made into a high visual fidelity anime adaptation on the level of like the Nier Automata or Ruby Ice Queendom animes. Or, you know, I guess, what's another one that's, like, super high quality, supposedly, right now? Demon Slayer, stuff like that. Like, that level of animation quality, I would absolutely kill to have Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 all adapted into anime form. That would be, oh my gosh. That would be a day one 4K pre-order for me. One thing I love about RPG and the Thousand Year Door remakes is they made some post-game stuff to play with harder bosses. Yeah, I've heard that. Mario RPG remake only takes like 20 hours to beat and like 25 to 30 to complete. We're at the playthrough. Yeah, I mean, I forget the town that I'm at right now in the RPG remake, but I'm a good ways through it. Probably like a third of the way through it, and I did that in like 2 days, something like that. I want to say, but I would absolutely love that.
I have returned from my assignment, Your Majesty.
Welcome back, Morag. You too, Bridget.
I'm honored.
It is good to see you again, Bridget.
You look well too, Aegean.
So this Aegis truly was the genuine article?
Indeed.
And the boy?
From his garments,
Went through more of that than I expected. I was about to pour myself another glass of wine.
That can be arranged.
Cool action RPG and 2D sprite is easier. Post-game fight in 3D is hard like the original game.
For the Praetorium.
A transport vessel.
Yes.
This game is called the Alien Species, the Xenomorphs. I don't know. No, not Xeno like that.
Most likely. According to a lucky survivor, the culprit was a masked man.
Jin. It must have been him.
This is the third time. From what I hear, Urian vessels have also suffered significant damage.
My sincere apologies. This is all my fault, Your Majesty. I let that Torna girl off lightly. I should have interrogated her more.
You set the captive loose because you felt it necessary, did you not? That is enough for me. Besides which, if this really is the doing of that masked man, I doubt he would have been stopped, even by an army 5,000 strong. We have more pressing issues to consider.
Such as?
The Senate have independently resumed the excavation of Judicium.
The pro-war faction, Senator Roderick.
The loss of those core crystals must have made them restless. Judicium is a very delicate region. It would be unwise to provoke Uriah.
I understand your meaning.
It's unwise
If the
generally
Senate make
to
any
provoke
unsettling moves,
war
we can take action.
in general.
I'm counting on you, dear sister.
All right. Oh, wait. Hold on. I can make battles even more stupid easier than they already were. I could have switched to MYTHRA at any time. But I'm doing it now. Because narratively, I technically have her. No, actually, I don't technically have her narratively yet until
This light.
the next part.
What is it?
Oh well. I don't care.
Rock's core crystal. It was like a stone.
I prefer MYTHRA's design.
Happened?
Don't you remember, Rex? Vanham told you. Core crystals don't die. They always regenerate after a while.
Regenerate?
Ready to be reawakened by a new driver.
So, if I resonated with it now,
Then a new rock would be born into this world.
a new rock. Vandam's blade.
What do?
I'm not sure. Taking Vandam's old partner. It just doesn't feel right.
It's exactly what he would have
Yeah,
wanted, though,
but
Rex.
maybe he would have wanted you to do it. Just do whatever.
I
Right.
don't think Vandam would have wanted anybody else to resonate with Rock.
Probably time we headed for the ship, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'll go ahead and register us for boarding.
Nia, do we really need to rush?
Sure, we could take our time and miss out on the good seats. Oops.
Ow.
Little shit.
What was that kid's problem?
He's a thief.
Rex, your bag!
Huh?
Thief!
No. No. No.
What have you lost now?
Rock's core crystal. It's not here.
You mean the little blighter?
After him,
Yep.
at once.
Titan's foot.
Sparks and embers. This is already knowing what would happen. Yep. Indeed. Stupid little thief.
That little thief looked pretty young, right?
Yeah, he looked like he was probably about 8 years
Those
old.
ears. Gormotti for sure.
So let's see. There, that's the brat.
Whoa! What do you think you're doing?
Why, that little... He stole the old ship.
He stole the whole thing.
Let's go. Are there any other? There's one. Garum,
Hey, Rex. What's the big hurry?
lend me a boat.
What? I mean, sure, but why?
There was a pickpocket. Took our core crystal. Over there.
Over there?
Hold it! Bring that ship back here!
Why, that's Pittman's ship.
Mm-hmm.
Your thief's on board that thing.
Stupid little
Please.
thief.
All right then. The key's in the slot, so you can take her right out.
Thanks.
Thanks, chum.
Bring her back as soon as I can.
No worries. Go get him, Rex.
Swim fast, little Titan. Into Gormat we go.
The ship!
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is where he got off.
He may still be somewhere nearby.
Right. Then let's ask around and see what we can find.
Good plan.
Oh, for real? Of course, they're all the way back here.
And we're you.
Let us go.
We're here.
Let's get going.
Hooray for fast travel.
Off we go. What will we find?
Lower. No, that's not the quick way.
And we're you.
Let us go.
Oh, that's right. They're coming out with a Zelda-themed Switch Lite. They come out with a Zelda-themed Switch 2 or whatever the hell they end up calling it. I'll grab that, but I already have a Switch Lite that I rarely ever use. I have the Zacian and Zamazenta Pokemon Sword and Shield one. I really need to actually make use of it. I just, like, never do. Toss it onto my bed and maybe I'll use it then. This is usually when I'm playing my Switch, I'm right here at my desk, you know. And mostly on Saturdays and Sundays for this solo stream and for the community stream.
This is nothing compared to that.
Okay, so we need somebody with keen eye. Fine. Oh, okay, well that's easy. I'll swap for
I
Elma.
pride myself on being a good teammate. I cultivated this one back on Mira.
This is nothing compared to.
This is
that.
easy. Really?
We'll sort out this side quest. I mean, it's technically a side quest, but it halts main quest progression. So we'll sort this one out, and then we'll probably call it. Let's kick your butt just because we can.
Come on then, Rex.
Bye.
Operating at full power. Good. Meh.
family didn't suck, I'd be going to the comic store without my mother involvement. She wouldn't be complaining about going back home already. Ah. That's a drag. I can imagine. Thankfully, my parents were pretty supportive of my enjoyment of comic books from a pretty young age. That's not like we could afford everything, but I had enough of an allowance that I could grab a couple of comic books every week. You know?
If we're on the right track, he should be around here, yeah?
Thief using Umon's workshop as hideout? I never dream of such a thing.
That's him. Let's surround them so he can't run.
Gotcha.
You bought a Green Arrow comic book from a YouTuber. What YouTuber? And what Green Arrow comic book?
You lot.
You lot? You mean the person you freaking lifted something
Sure,
off
on a
of?
merry chase. You've wasted a lot of our time, you know.
Damn it.
Look at you. You're only kids. Why don't you just give back what you took? We'd rather not hurt you or anything.
You're basically a kid yourself.
Oi, I'll have you know I work for a living. Right. Hand it over.
No, you're not having it. The core crystal is ours now.
No, it's not.
If you want it so bad, you'll have to take it by force.
Okay.
Well, nothing for it, I guess. All right, let's go.
Just have to slap you around with the flat edge.
Okay, time to take you down.
This isn't even going to be fair using MYTHRA.
Well, we took it by force. Just like you wanted us to. Titan's full. You're all barely 10 years old. Why are you stealing from people?
Stinking thieves.
Keeping your traps shut won't help anyone.
My lady, be a little more gentle.
Why? They're only petty thieves.
Be that as it may, they are still children.
Look, I'm sure there's a reason you're doing all this. Are you just that hard up?
What do you take us for? We're not some poor beggars.
Okay. So it's not money you're after?
Then what the hell is it they want?
You should just tell everything. Rex not hurt you. Come on.
We want revenge.
Revenge?
We're gonna avenge our village.
You don't mean you were planning to awaken this blade and use it? Why don't you tell us the whole story? We might be able to help.
Bandits attacked your village?
It was just a small, peaceful village. But the bad men, just because we had water, they...
Did anyone survive? Don't tell me. You're the only ones?
What's your name?
Me? Why do you want to know?
Please, kid?
It's Reese. From Cordell Village.
Cordell Village. Can't say I've heard of it.
Come on, Doze, you asked for that in Discord. Like, you actually asked for that.
Okay, Reese.
Let's be real here. It's funny.
But still,
I'm glad you finished the game. Congratulations on finally beating Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive
awakening
Edition.
the blade is dangerous.
It's a 10 out of 10 game,
Do you know what happens
as far
if
as
it
I'm
fails?
concerned. Well,
You never
okay.
know until you try.
9.5, at least.
Long as one of us manages it, that's all that matters.
Sounds like you really were
Unforgettable
desperate, my
experience,
boy.
that game. Yep.
I assume
One of the
you know
best
the whereabouts
games of all
of these
time.
bandits?
At minimum, one of the best
There's a
JRPGs
big
of all
cave
time.
Over on Twin Trunks Hill. They use it as a hideout.
Oh, Reese, it's awful. Those scum are gonna... Who are they?
Don't worry about them. What's the matter?
Right, okay. The bandits are planning to attack Turrigoth.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we overheard one of their men talking about it in the city just now.
And it was definitely one of them.
It looked like they were scouting the place out. They were saying with the console gone, now's the perfect chance to take advantage.
A shrewd observation. This would indeed be the perfect time to mount an attack.
Are you trying to tell me that idiot console was actually good for something?
Good for something is
So,
a stretch.
this all our fault? Well, yeah. I guess we might have been the trigger.
We can't sit by and let this happen.
Agreed. Right. You lot, you can leave those nasty bandits to us.
What?
I swear, we'll avenge your village.
But...
Don't worry. By the way, name's Rex. Reese, take the others and go warn the city guard.
Warn them about the bandits.
Nah, they probably wouldn't believe you if you said bandits were coming. So tell them about us instead. Tell them the guys who destroyed the water tower are hiding out at Twin Trunks Hill.
If you say so.
Yeah, it was very minimal use that he
Don't worry,
had.
you'll see. We're
He
counting
wasn't
on you,
completely
okay?
useless, but not far off.
Okay.
Let's just do a quick fast travel. Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Let us go.
Oh, well, spark me. Is it unfair that I'm using MYTHRA right now? It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Screw it. I like MYTHRA's design a little bit more. Oh, my Bob. Okay. That's what we did. It wasn't exactly the plan. Okay. And for those of you in the chat who are curious as to why MYTHRA is slightly more covered up than her actual design
This is where we were going.
it's because I have her equipped with literally her best gear.
What the?
I prefer her not to be,
This is quite the unhelpful obstruction.
but I'm too lazy to go back and forth between equipping and unequipping it.
Hey, isn't this the same as that thing we saw in the blowhole with Van Damme?
Indeed. It seems to be the same phenomenon.
In that case,
Yeah. We
Need a
just
little
need
help
a
from
little
Rock.
help from Rock.
Indeed.
Van Damme, mate. Hope this is okay.
It is, Rex.
Rex,
You're the person he'd want to reawaken Rock. Yeah, we'll view the awakening. Why not? Yeah. Rock is actually an extremely good blade.
My name is Rock.
Like,
Apologies. Force of habit.
yeah. Rock is such a good blade that you could keep him a part of your, like, kit for the whole game after this and be good.
really did it.
Rock.
So, you are my new driver. Bit of a scrawny one, if you ask me. But, oh well, it's good to meet you.
He talks kind of like Van Damme, eh?
Indeed.
Damn. Who is that?
Oh, right. You wouldn't remember since you've been reawakened now. He was your old driver.
My old driver. Ah, so my core was passed down to you.
We could have stolen it.
I didn't sense any guilt in your words.
You're a perceptive one, all right. Yes, you take after your old master in more ways than one.
Listen, Rock. We need your help. Reckon you could clear the way for us?
This stuff? Of course. Nothing simpler.
Oh. Gotta actually equip him, don't I? Boop.
Rock, pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you indeed. Talking bird sword. Rock is freaking fantastic. He's got great stats. Excellent stats, even.
Wow. That hardly took any time at all.
I did say it was a simple task.
Indeed.
Thanks a bunch, Rock.
Hate having to constantly switch blades out. Yeah, that's a valid criticism of the game.
Tell me something.
It'd be far more convenient if they just take into account the collective skills that you have
You mean Van Damme?
rather than who's actually actively
Yes,
engaged.
This Van Damme. What kind of a man was he?
He was a big brick wall badass. That's what he was.
Incredibly strong. He looked kind of scary, but he was kind too. And he saved my life. It's thanks to Van Damme that we're all standing here now.
I see. Then I think I'd better protect you all, too.
Huh?
To carry on my driver's will, as best I can. That's the path I feel best befits a blade.
Oh, Rock.
You all right, Rock? Appreciate you.
Don't expect me to do everything for you.
That's exactly what I'll expect, Telos. I ain't trying to hear that sass from you.
So what's the plan? Looks like there's quite a few of them, and they have blades too.
No time for complicated plans. Don't worry. There'll be no match for us.
I knew you'd say that. But hey, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Just remember, we're not here to kill anyone. So mind you don't go overboard.
Was Rex not going to avenge Village?
There's more than one way to do that. Right?
Well, if you say so. Understood.
Right. Let's go. All of you, put down your weapons. You're not gonna harm that city.
Who the hell are you punks? We ain't got time for a bunch of kids.
Hold it! They're drivers and blades. Now I get it. The city hired you, huh?
What do you
No.
think?
How'd you find out about... Whatever. Hey lads, let's slaughter these brats. We'll make an example of her. Yeah!
Okay, bad day for y'all. Like, really bad day for y'all.
Guess I really am the best.
Huh. Yeah, let's... Bad day. Have you? Have you had enough? I think so. Good call. Probably for the best.
Well, we managed to beat them, all right. But what now?
Ah, right on time.
Oh, I get it. That's why you asked the kids to call them here.
It isn't us they need to answer to. Right?
Leaving them to the authorities. A wise decision.
I suppose we should probably leave then. It's not a good idea to be here when the military arrives.
Yeah, time to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, let's move. So you see, considering the situation, could you let them off the hook?
I'd hate to deny a request from you, Rex. And I can see these kids have had a hard time. What do you think?
Well, I suppose I did get my ship back safe and sound.
Hey, how about this? Make them work for the guild, and get them to work off what they owe that way.
What?
These brats! Are you saying we should make salvagers of them?
I think they show a lot of promise. They've got pretty quick fingers. Right? Come on, you know it makes sense. They're poor little orphans with nowhere to go.
Hmm.
Are you really just gonna turn them away?
You sure know how to twist a guy's arm.
Wow, don't guilt trip him at all there, Rex.
I'll sort out the details with Papoon. But it's just bed and board for now. Got that? If you want paying, you prove yourselves first.
You hear that? I hope you don't mind.
Wow.
Right then, work hard, you rascals.
Rascals indeed. All right, so it looks like we'll jump to Morardain next Saturday because we've been going for just shy of 4 hours. So I am going to save the game here, and we'll chat a couple of minutes before I actually shut down the stream. Actually, I should take a look and see who else is live that I could send y'all on over to. That would be a wise decision. Let's see, who's streaming right now? Okay, Marcos is streaming Elden Ring. Nacho is streaming Black Myth Wukong. Okay, all right. So I'll send y'all on over to one of them. Yeah, don't get freaking pickpocketed again there, Rex. Pretty bad about that. Let's... Okay. Let's close that and switch to... Is it this one? Nah, I'm stupid. It's not that one. It's this one. All right. So, as I get the... excuse me. My goodness. As I get the raid ready here, thank you so much to everybody who hung out after the raid from Danny. Big shout out to Danny, Geekdom 101. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, I highly encourage, I implore you to go follow him over on his Twitch, over on his YouTube channel. He is the premier, the biggest and best Dragon Ball YouTuber out there. If you've got a question, he's got an answer, and it is the correct answer, unlike a lot of people. So I would encourage you to go subscribe to him if you have not done so already, though I know a lot of you who are here still watching came over from his raid. And to that, I sincerely and genuinely appreciate you all. You guys are awesome. Big shout out to Danny for the raid. Shout out to all of you who decided to, after his already, what was it, like almost 2-hour stream, decide to chill out and hang out with me as I just kind of shoot the shit with y'all and progress just a little bit through some Xenoblade. Not a heck of a lot, not as much as I'd actually intended to, but that's entirely fine, actually, because I had a lot of fun just hanging out and shooting the breeze with you guys. So we'll do this again next Saturday in terms of the Saturday solo series, Lone Wolf stream, more Xenoblade 2, aka Peakblade Chronicles. But tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central, be here again, be back for more. We'll be rocking some community night, and that'll be about an hour and a quarter of Mario Kart. Me and some friends who have been rocking with me for the last 4+ years, yelling at each other and trying to kick each other's asses, having a good time, and they'll switch over to some Smash Brothers and do more of the same. So, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm gonna shoot you on over to, I'm gonna shoot you on over to Nacho. Nacho is streaming Black Myth Wukong. So for any of you who have heard about the game, it's kind of the new hotness when it comes to more fast-paced Souls-likes. You'll be able to take a peek, take a gander at what the game's like from a second-hand perspective by watching him play that. Weird way to say third best. Wow, it's okay, Adam. You're still a baby Xenoblade fan. It's okay to be wrong. I would expect it, honestly. I don't expect you to understand everything yet. It's fine. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna send you all on over to Nacho. Thank you again so much. I'm gonna get something to eat, and then I've got some work to do, to be honest. And then there's gonna be a Rippaverse announcement later this evening. You did not hear it from me. I'm not going to tell you what it is. But there's probably going to be a Riververse announcement later. So, appreciate you guys. I'm going to send you all on over to Nacho. Please drop a follow over there if you're not doing so already. Let him know who sent you. Say hi. If you can stick around and at least give him a lurk, please do so. Nacho's a good guy, even if he's mid at Mario Kart. I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Peace out.